What is up, everyone? You may notice I look a little different than Elvin. That's okay. We kind of are the same at heart. He is taking some time with his family. He's got a lot of work going on, so he deserved a break. But that's okay. We brought Justin in. Let me bring my friend in here. What's going on, Justin?
Hello.
Got your brew ready?
I got my brew ready. I wanted to get Cerveza Cristal, which
Yeah, you're talking about that. I was like, what are you saying?
Taking the internet by storm over the last few months. So I got this Happy Lager, which just kind of looks like it's from The Watchmen.
Yeah, that was my first thought.
Yeah, because it's yellow and it's got a smiley face.
Yeah.
So that's kind of related. But Cerveza Cristal, if you don't know, so in I think 2003, they started airing Star Wars, the original trilogy, in Peru, I think. And instead of having commercial breaks, what they did was they just edited in like clips of this beer. So I brought a video. I'll take the sound off or a bit. So they would just like have the show going, the movie going, and instead of being like, all right, we'll stop for a commercial break, some genius who was just like, no, I got this. Hold on.
I have something here for you.
Wait for it.
Okay, that is for us. Yeah, okay, that works.
And they do stuff like, there's so many. They had so many. Like, when Palpatine's sitting at his chair.
Yeah, okay. I thought like you meant like it would cut out and then it would just go to like
no, they went the extra mile.
Okay, well that makes the movie 100 times better.
But so that came out that they were doing that, like they did that 20 years ago. This year, it started blowing up on the internet. So now everyone's like in a like mad dash to find this beer, but you can't find it in like North America. So there's going to be a big import order for that beer. I hope it sucks too. I hope it's garbage beer. But I couldn't find it.
I was looking it up as you're talking.
Yeah. I tried calling places. Like I drove around to like 7 different liquor stores. And yeah. But
what did the chat say here? I need analytics to experiment how many kids drank after this.
Yeah.
I cannot. Yeah. Okay. So clearly the marketing worked.
Yeah.
We have Carper here. Prison Elvin hits the rails for scared.
I don't know who he's referring to.
It could be either one of us, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's Dad D, so deal with it.
Yeah.
Dinos. Hey, what's up, Darth? Time to prep for the dad joke.
We don't have a dad joke. I do have a story though.
Yeah.
So while I was downtown looking for beer, because I was going to the ends of the earth to try and find this potentially garbage tasting lager. With the speaking of memes and thinking and things that are, you know, in the zeitgeist right now, with the whole Meghan Markle thing and like nobody knowing if she's AI and all the pictures and stuff, and everyone like deep diving into conspiracy theories and stuff. It's been on my mind a lot. So I was like, you know what? I'm right by the library. I'll go to see if they've got like a book on Prince Harry or whatever. Just, you know, well, I want to expand my mind, learn about horrible families. So then I went in and I asked the lady, I was like, yeah, do you have any books on like Prince Harry? She's like, yeah, we got a few. And I was like, all right. So I like picked one out, and then I was like, oh, do they come with like an audio book or like a digital file of it? You know, if I'm like driving, then I can listen to it in my car or whatever. And she was like, a digital file? And I was like, yeah, like a reader, like it's digital. And she's like, oh, like a PDF file? And I was like, no, that's his uncle.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Oh my god. I'm not used to like the good ones. I don't even know where I put them. There we go. There you go.
hard for the actual laugh.
Yeah, I just scroll down to the
I haven't used this shit in a while.
yeah, exactly.
Uh,
What did we have here? Dad, over 50 games, so funny. Dad, Justin Avade plays Star Wars Battlefront 2 on May 4th. Are you gonna play that,
I'm gonna play
Justin?
so much Star Wars on May 4th. Actually, I'm
Anyone who
gonna.
doesn't know, Justin plays the gaming section of the. Elvin basically bought a bunch of games and consoles, and
Yeah,
Justin took over that.
yeah. He's like,
And
I got all these games, and I have too many kids, and I'm like, I don't have any of that shit. I'll do it.
there you
So,
go. So where you see he's slowly ramping up the gameplay, and you may also notice him from Popcorn Chicken that airs on Wednesdays. What did you talk about last week? Did you have a show last week?
no, I think
Or the last show you did
the last
was
show we did, we've been talking about Bad Batch we talked about Bad Batch for a bit because the last 2 episodes are actually really good. And we talk about Bad Batch as much as we like it. So if it's kind of a meh episode, we're just like, an episode happened anyway. Next, but we've been talking about Shogun, which is also on Disney Plus, and it's really good.
How many episodes?
In total, I don't know, but I think there's 6 out now. I think the 7th one comes out tomorrow. But if you liked The Last Samurai, it's just a better version of that, pretty much. No Tom Cruise, but yeah, it's a really good show.
I'll eventually get around to it, so we'll check that out.
It's not without faults. It does have its issues, but none of them are like a glaring issue that makes you upset. It's just like, oh, that lens, why did you choose that? This kind of looks strange. And then for like the ever a thing that happens a lot with shows or movies that are predominantly in a different language, where that'll be like all the subtitles, and then it'll just be like blah 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 subtitle, and then it'll just be like speaking Japanese, and it's like, yeah, no shit, you just spent 20 minutes giving me subtitles of people speaking Japanese. I understand.
Or it says, yeah, just audible Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
of course it is.
Like, I think that might be an auto thing where the auto detect doesn't know what they're saying, or it's not translate, or it's like a, here's a phrase of a sign of respect, or here's a phrase of, saying I'm sorry or whatever. It's like, just put sorry or sir or something. And then the people who know Japanese will be like, close enough.
Yeah.
But it's a really good show.
I'll get around to it. What else did you watch? Since that's the topic anyway. What'd you watch? What you got?
I started watching there's what is it? Sand
People? Sand Dune?
No.
Dune?
It's also on Disney Plus.
Hills Have Eyes?
Hills Have Eyes. No, what was it? Sandland.
Oh, that's out?
Yeah. It's like 7 episodes are out already.
Are you gonna play the game too? Do you care about
saw that? No, probably not, but I might if it's good.
Ryan, are you watching that? Ryan's as he says, weeb. Ryan's all about anime. If you watch, he seems picky though, so I want to know what you think of it. What about you?
It reminds me of, so I really like the kind of 3D animation. I would imagine that that's easier to make, so
yeah,
there wouldn't be so much of a bottleneck as far as production goes. It reminds me of like a kind of modern-ish Hunter x Hunter almost, where it's like, I'm sure that this kid, like the demon kid, is starting out like a little brat, and I'm just like, I'm sure there's gonna be an arc where he, becomes mature,
like a demon
like
lord.
he's Beelzebub. If you don't know, there's demons in this desert. It's post-apocalyptic. There's no water. Kim Jong-un is running the place pretty much, and he has all the water, so everything sucks. Then there's demons who live in the desert, and they also need water because reasons. Satan it runs the demons. Go figure. His son, who's 1,500 or 25,000 of years old, is Beelzebub, and then they team up and they're trying to go steal water or something.
Okay, and this takes place before or after? I know it's set in the same universe.
Yeah,
because characters appear that aren't necessarily part of the main Dragon Ball cast, but like background characters have appeared.
Yes, it's I haven't gotten to a point where I noticed that, but
Yeah.
immediately, well, like what, like I vaguely heard about it, knew about it, and then I started watching it. I was just like, oh, this looks and feels like Dragon Ball, except I think it's mostly motion captured. Oh, we're talking X-Men 97. Are we ever? Don't worry, Darth.
Yeah, I gotta. I was talking. I don't want to cut you off, but I was talking about like what to talk about today with Justin. Like, there's X-Men's out. I'm like,
Mhm.
did you watch that? And he's like, no, I didn't check it out. I like the old one though. And then like an hour later, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go watch X-Men. And then in all caps, he types to me, I didn't know this was a sequel.
I thought it was just a remake. Like I thought it was like The Last of Us, where they're like, "Hey, it's been 10 years. We're gonna put the game out again. It's an HD remake." And it's like the first one already blew our mind with how good everything looked.
Yeah.
They're like, "Why would I give a shit about this?" And I thought that that's what this was. Like maybe they'd add, they'd revamp stuff and change a little stuff and whatever. No, it's just like, all right, Xavier's dead. And my first clue. No, okay, we'll get to it.
Okay, fine, we'll save that. Okay, so you liked Sandland. Did you watch anything else?
What day is it? It's Monday.
You
I
sleep
don't
off
know.
slept off a hangover. You try to catch up with life right now. You work nights, so
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm usually watching something until 5 or 6, and then I go to bed. Yeah.
Did you get anything?
Um.
What is that? A sticker? Okay, that's fine. That works.
Yeah, but it's a Dio sticker, and it says no, thank you. And Dio is the name of my dog. I don't know. I'm never on the show. I don't know if
That's fine. That counts.
I don't remember what I got. I probably got something, some camera
my,
stuff. I don't know.
My turn. Yeah, you
Yeah,
get all
what'd
the
you
tech
get?
stuff. What did I get? Well, I watched Roadhouse, the rebooted one.
Okay.
I had fun with it. I liked it.
Okay.
But the thing about that is they could have just named it something entirely different. It
Yeah.
didn't have to be Roadhouse.
Calling it Roadhouse added such expectation to it. But if you
Yeah.
were just like, hey, Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor are going to fight in a movie, I'd be like,
Oh,
hell yeah, that's
They
sick.
could have named it Bouncer, and I'd be like, hey, okay, sweet.
You know what? Yeah.
As soon as they named it Roadhouse, all the Roadhouse fans are going to be just sitting there waiting
Yep.
to tear it to pieces. And that's what
they're
happened.
like, come on, fuck it up.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Ryan's
like Roadhouse isn't a good movie.
No, but they loved it. I love it.
It's great.
He just because I watched it with Jess. She's like, "What's the old one about?" I'm like, "So there's this backstory to Dalton. Like they showed his history, his past. I think in the '88 one, he just shows up to the bar and he's like, "You guys have a real bouncer problem, don't you?"
Yeah,
like,
that was it.
He's
just like, "Guys, this sucks," and they're like, "I don't know. Do you want to fix it?" And he's like, "Whatever."
Yeah. Darth's like, "I got to see Roadhouse." That movie got crazy weird at the end. It did. It went from like, oh man, this guy could die, or anyone could die because it's so brutal. I didn't think that the character would die, but then it went to like Fast and Furious levels, where they're like ricocheting off walls and just being lost.
Just like Western anime, where a guy punches through some guy's stomach, rips out his heart, and then he just coughs up a bit of blood.
And they all got superhuman in the end.
Oh no, I'm sure that was probably in Conor McGregor's contract. It's like, oh, you want to be a fucking superhero.
I do remember in the old one, he had more time training the staff too. Like, he took his role seriously. I don't remember it fully because it's been a long time, but I just remember they all had like matching shirts, and he's like, you can't drink on the job. Like, these are the rules. You don't start fights. You can finish them. Like, he had like a code of conduct. And
he was classy for an 80s bouncer.
Yeah.
Did they have a blind guitar player and a chain in front of the stage?
Yes.
They did?
They had the chain.
Okay.
That's the chain link fence? Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Okay. Well, 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
This isn't a review, Ryan. I just said I like this one. I don't remember the 88 one entirely because I don't watch it religiously. Like, I watched it once back in 99, I think.
Yeah. You know what? Leave that in the back of your head.
Yeah.
Like, 80s movies, and like a thing that we've been doing, and we're probably going to be bringing back on the Wednesday show, is we go back and we watch like a garbage or a great 80s movie. We've been leaning towards more watching garbage ones because talking about a good movie isn't entertaining. So we've been trying to essentially prank each other by just being like, all right, now go waste 2 hours watching this heap of garbage.
Because you go on a rotation and you all take turns picking. So
yeah. But there you can't sit down and watch an 80s action movie seriously and expect anything. It's like a video, it's like it's a fighting game. Like
people
you don't
do
go,
though. They watch it seriously and they're like, the writing's fantastic.
yeah, but they're wrong. It's not. Kurt Russell just came in and he's like, all right, I'm gonna walk in, I'm gonna punch this guy, and then I'm gonna punch this guy, and then I'm gonna tell that guy that he's dumb. And they're like, go for it, bud.
Yeah, but still, when you have Swayze's hair, you don't need to do anything. You just need to show up.
You're not wrong. Yeah. So what the hell was Jake Gyllenhaal doing without a mullet?
his shirt was open for 90% of the movie.
Okay. Well, they understood a little bit of the assignment then, I guess.
But like fight wise, I wanted to see an action movie, sort of. Like I like either action, revenge, or just the guy you don't want to mess with.
Yeah.
You mess with the wrong type of person type of movie.
Yeah,
and that's what that was. So I was like, cool. And there's some decent fights. RoboCop, Bloodsport, Rocky, etc. Yeah, I like all those too. I hated the new RoboCop.
Yeah, I don't think not many people
like that one.
No.
Rocky's always a good time. I even like the Creed ones. People either love or hate the Creed films. I like them a lot.
I still haven't seen them yet.
You still haven't? Okay. I know there's some tension with Stallone and what happened, but at the end of the day,
Stallone gets in a internet tiff with some other tough guy every like 5 years.
That's his whole thing.
Yeah, it's his shtick. That's how he keeps
relevant. I didn't watch MASH this week. And then MASH. It's Harry Potter, but it's also about a guy who just shows up and beats everyone up.
All right, I'm in.
Yeah. He has no magic. He goes to a magic school. If they find out he doesn't have magic, they'll kill him because those are like the demon kids. Carper's the one who told me to watch it. Like, it sounds ridiculous.
Wait, it's a Muggle infiltrating a magic school.
Yeah, but his adopted father made him work out every single day as a child. That he has basically superhuman strength. That he can fake. He could fake.
Right. It's an anime, so he's like has superhuman strength because he lifted a dumbbell once,
and then he just pretends it's magic.
Because they're all weak and have been reading books and doing potions.
Yeah, basically.
That's pretty good, actually. That's a good story.
Yeah, I love it's on. I'm watching it on Crunchyroll. I'm not denying I watch it. I just didn't watch it this week.
One Punch Man goes to Hogwarts. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm sold on that. That's a great synopsis. That's better than Kill Bill meets Frozen.
I'd watch that too. So
well, you're gonna April, whatever. That's the Acolyte. The director, she said that it was Frozen meets Kill Bill.
I tuned that out, but I look forward to you guys watching it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's your answer. As for what I got, Splinter came in.
Sick.
Leo came in.
Who are those? Like what company?
NECA did these two. Justin doesn't collect toys except Star Wars stuff. He has a Stormtrooper suit. Did you assemble that thing? Yeah, you did assemble it.
Oh yeah, I did. And I for our local train for the TransLink company, I did a photo shoot last year for May the 4th in it. So I did build it. And I got some of the helmets behind me. You can see them. Now after getting this helmet, how do I not know how cameras work? Now that I got the Phase 2 clone helmet, it's so much better and so much cooler. I kind of want to build a Phase 2 clone suit set of armor.
Might as well.
I gotta find it. I keep pushing it back, and I need to find mannequins so that I can, because they're just like scattered throughout my house. I got like a leg piece under a shelf over there, the rest in a bin.
Go to any store downtown that's closing and just ask.
I know, but I've been looking for too many Prince Harry books while I'm down there. I guess I don't know. I'm getting distracted.
And then I had FOMO, so I got this bad boy. The Mezco. I didn't realize the box was so huge.
That's a big box.
Yeah, it is. So track one of those down. Justin, have the clone trooper facing the camera.
Yeah, I know. Like it only makes sense. Like have suits of armor in my back cam. Like that's the best thing ever. I'm stupid. I know.
Elvin hired.
I know.
And of course, watched X-Men '97. So we'll talk about that as well after.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Mezco. So if I'm reading this right, Ryan says some dude got 2 sets of the same turtles. I hope.
Oh, in the box.
Yeah. Oh, the worst turtle. No, Raph is the worst. As for toy talk, let's just jump into it. I didn't put McFarlane first this time. I didn't put McFarlane up at all. Mezco here. We got Ghost Rider again. This is the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. He's at his classic suit.
I was gonna say that Mezco's done a bunch of Knight Rider,
Ghost Rider,
or Ghost Rider, whatever. I know what I'm talking about.
You know that MacGyver. Dude,
Nick Cage, right? Yeah. No. But they've done a bunch of Ghost Riders.
Yeah.
So it's cool that he's
anyone who's
Blacklight version.
Who's a completionist or a Ghost Rider fan, I'm curious to see if you want this, or does the old suit look kind of, these look like footy pajamas.
Wait, is that soft goods?
Yeah, it is.
What's going on with his shoulder? Oh, I guess that's just the seam. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was a rotation point, and I was like, are his arms just constantly in the Jesus pose?
He's crucified. That's how
yeah.
So we have this. Of course, they come with a bevy of accessories. I don't know why they don't show the shotguns. Maybe they're not allowed.
Because guns are bad, D. Didn't you know that?
Yeah, well, flaming chains aren't too safe either. But
your skull on fire. That's fine.
I prefer the like biker leather jacket and spikes. I like that look. I know he's a stuntman though, so it does make sense.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
But I like the modern look better.
Mm-hmm. That's a pretty cool stand though.
Yeah. They always come with decent stands. I huck those to the side though. So
well, I mean, it would look cool, like even just like behind them or something on a
in a display, like it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
the red
bike.
I wish that there was a little more like black wash on that bike, like a little more shading.
Yeah. I get it. It looks like when you get a dollar store toy and it's just a solid color.
Yeah, it's a little like they did a little bit in like the creases around the wheel well, but like could use a little the flame effects on the bike though, or for the bike look rad.
I don't know if they did it because it's like, oh, it's supernatural, so he can have a solid red bike. Like I don't know if it's supposed to represent like the fires of hell, so it's red, but
yeah, like I mean, red bike, you're from hell.
Yeah,
you know, hail Satan. It makes sense, but like, I don't know, could look cooler. But that would take you 5 minutes and some black
yeah. Then what else we got in the import way? Spider-Man 2029.
Sick.
Or sorry, 2099. So this is his comic look.
Mm-hmm.
Bandai just did their Into the Spider-Verse one, and he's jacked, and I'm sure everyone knows what he looks like now because he's been in our faces since that movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
But this one looks decent. If anyone wants a comic book one, here he is. There's been a lot of renditions of him. Some are metallic blue. This one, it just looks very plain to me. It doesn't bother me, but do I need it? I don't think so. And then him in his dynamic poses. You can go to Big Bad Toy Store for $109. I'm sure Entertainment Earth or somewhere else has it cheaper if you do need one. I didn't bother to check. He does come with alternate heads.
Wait, what's the difference between 1 and 2?
Where what?
No. Go back to the alternate heads.
He's frowning a little bit. His brow is frozen.
Piss off. $110, and then I get a slightly like, oh, I just woke up. I haven't had my coffee look.
So the thing about this too is he has fangs. So it would have been cool if one of the alternate heads is his like mouth open with his teeth showing that.
Or
but
like
instead
a battle damage kind of thing or something, or
yeah. or anything showing off he has other powers. It's like the fangs would have just been cool instead
I
of
literally had, when you do those spot the difference pictures,
yeah.
and the easiest way to cheat is you just cross your eyes to see the difference. I literally had to do that because looking at it I couldn't tell a difference. And then I crossed my eyes a little bit and was like, oh, his brow is furrowed.
Yeah, now you can tell
They
he's
had to
angry.
make another mold for that.
Yeah, it was worth it. That's what bumped it from 80 to $109.
Oh, okay.
So 3 head sculpts per 2 are exactly the same cut.
Got it.
No, look at those eyes, Darth.
Look, he's not happy to see you.
Yeah.
The other one, he's indifferent about your existence.
And then the lifted mask face, of course.
The lifted mask was really good, though.
Yeah. And then all these accessories. So web lines, and then his cape.
Cool.
Not much to say about that. If you've seen one Spider-Man, you've seen them all. And just because I felt like it, here's the old ones. There's the Bandai one.
What? Who's?
Here's the
guy
Hasbro
in the middle. Is he from Tron?
Here's the Hasbro one. So I take it you're not a fan of that one?
What? Why is he so skinny?
He's not skinny. His head's just skinny.
Okay. That somebody messed up in Photoshop when they sent the final artwork. They accidentally squished it and elongated.
He was mass produced like that. So,
and everyone's okay with it.
Anyone who didn't want to pay import prices was. Yeah, I skipped on it. And then you have the old one. Like this was the old comic book one from Hasbro as well.
The one on the left?
The far right.
Oh, the far right?
Yeah.
All right.
So outdated body for the one on the far right. The metallic blue is kind of like a gray washed out little contrast one compared to this. Like it's kind of the same muted color. But
sure. But the color, like the actual color choices are much better.
Yeah.
Like it is a muted one, but like the actual, like the one on the right, it just looks silver or gray. And then it also like mutes the red more.
The cape on the Mayfix just seems so cheap. I'd rather glue a piece of plastic. Yeah, it's so in the movie it looked like hologram. See that Hasbro cape in the middle?
That one looks cool.
That looks good. The one on the left, the SH Figuarts one, didn't come with one like that. Like they gave consumers like a solid red cape. And it's that hard plastic that cut kids when you like throw when you like those hard
plastic.
Like the Batwing. Like what did you ever have like a Batman jet or something? And it's always like solidly sharp plastic.
Yeah, or the first run of those what were those like fairy things that you would spin? And they had dragon ones for boys.
Dragonflies and Skydancers.
Yeah, the first run of those were just like a missile.
Yeah,
those were like
you could hear it cut
straight to your jugular. Yeah. They're like, shit, we should have made these out of foam.
What did I say? The movie Venom and Carnage from Figuarts are bomb. Shame the movie was kind of lame.
There's been a few where like the figures are so good, but everyone's just like, the movie sucked.
Yeah. Like the Eternals and Wonder Woman 2 with her armored look. It's like all these movies. The Justice League.
Yeah, the Eternals ones. The Kamali, what's his name?
Kamali, I don't know his last name.
Nanjiani, I think.
Yeah.
His like face sculpt was so good, but it was just like nobody liked your movie though.
And then the Hasbro Spider-Man 2029 looks like Bruce trimmed to him. Yeah, it kind of does. Just no muscles at all. Just a solid shape, like a triangle, and then two cylinders.
It looks like
I got a cylinder for a head.
It looks like a game from like the late 90s. Like it looks like a voxel-based game.
Listen, you get what you paid for. Now, unfortunately, Hasbro made this an unreasonable price as well. So.
So
Especially if you're in
yeah.
Canada and go to Toys R Us. This thing was like $50 at Toys R Us
Woof.
Canada.
Why is his okay? You know, no,
Do I want to? Why is
forget
this?
that.
Yeah, there's a
Why?
lot of questions I don't have the answer to. For
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the
All right.
boys. Did you ever watch? Did you finish this? Did you finish this?
I think I watched. I watched a lot, but
You
it
guys
just
didn't review it
never.
though.
It never resonated with me.
Okay,
I
fair enough.
enjoyed it, but yeah, I don't know. Just never stuck with me. But yeah, I think I watched 2 seasons of it. How many are out now? 3, 4?
Mm-hmm. And then this spinoff as well, Gen V.
Right. Also
Which
didn't care about that.
they try to make it as shock value-y as possible. So all their
Yeah.
powers are based on like being
Murder.
crude or like I control blood, so I cut myself all the time. It's like,
Oh
okay.
God.
And she just scabs over. So
I
we
was an emo
have
kid in the 2000s. Okay, I already get it.
big fan base though. I'm not saying the show's
Oh
bad.
sure.
Just
No,
never
no, no.
finished
I
it.
know it's good. Like it just didn't super resonate with me. The fact that it's still being pushed so hard in Call of Duty right now blows my mind. Because also like they did a big like promo for it like a year after the show ended or like that season ended, and they're like, now the boys, and I was like, wait, this show's old now, isn't it?
Yeah. Blaz. What did he say? It was 2099 talked about already. Yeah, like just finished like 2 seconds ago. What did you think about it? Like, did you like the 2099 Mayfex reveal? Do you prefer his more cartoony look from Into the Spider-Verse? This is for Blaz. I want to see what he says.
Hold on, I'm
It's
gonna swap
decent.
up
Like,
this mic. I didn't like it.
as far as I'm concerned, you get either it's hit or miss with those Mayfex figures. Like a lot of people who bought the previous Spider-Man, they pose him and the legs and arms snap. But I've had no issues with it quality control wise. But I can't deny the fact that people have had issues. So Soldier Boy here and the Deep, these guys look good. Darth's a big fan. I don't know if these live up to your standards. He says the Deep looks good. It's nice they gave you the alternate head sculpt from when he shaves his head because he has like he goes through some stuff and he freaks out and he just has a new outlook on life. Thinking about it, but I do prefer the white ledges that I have. That's fair. So do you like the white suit more or do you prefer his classic look? I like his classic look more than these upgraded one. The legend one did look good though, so.
Also, one of the accessories that you get is a like head shaver. Like
yeah, I like that.
It's
so
that's
so
pretty
funny. I was
good.
like, that's good detail.
Yeah.
And his branded drink, I forgot the name of it.
Is it Cerveza Cristal?
yeah. And then Soldier Boy, alternate head. See, this is how you do an alternate head.
Yeah.
Right? Like they went out of their way, so they can do it when they want.
Yeah, they have the technology.
So you have a neutral face, a smiling one, and then a buzz cut one.
Yeah. You have the trauma look. You have the happy.
Neutral,
and you have
angry,
your
and
work
then
uniform.
Yeah. And then not only that, but he gets a microphone and alternate shields, a flask.
We got to figure out a way to make beards look better on figures. That's always the weakest point.
This doesn't look so bad. Maybe. I don't know.
It's okay, but it does just look like mud is smudged on them.
Maybe
I don't have a suggestion. I don't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
But that's usually the like, because if you cover up his like from the lip up, looks great. Like eyebrows look good, but the beard always kind of looks kind of like, and that's usually the thing from figure to figure. It's like, all right, this one it's ass, and then this one it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they texture it, maybe. I don't know.
Mayfex faces are always emotionless. I mean, they tried here. Like he's clearly tried to be angry. What did he say? Like both of Mayfex better posing and such, so might be go for it, which is a rabbit hole one period. I still see the light blue Spider-Man classic look out there, so you can track it down. And then we have Jam Toys. They did their third-party Sub-Zero 1/12 scale. Anyone who's a fan of Mortal Kombat, who doesn't want McFarlane or Storm Collectibles, hopefully you get more with the third-party companies, because it sucks when they do one character and then they don't do another one ever again. Like, at least do Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Oh, well, they'll just do like, yeah, one and then nobody buys it. Or
Yeah, or it's like a little bit like understandable because it's not
Yeah.
legitimate, but it's still, at least they started with Sub-Zero. Like, they
Sure.
either start with Sub-Zero or Scorpion. Any other
Yeah.
character, you're not gonna make your money back.
No.
Liu Kang maybe.
Yeah.
Raiden maybe.
Well, why don't you do a multi-pack and do Sub-Zero and Scorpion, and then you'd get more eyes on it probably, and then you probably have a higher profit margin if you're doing two. And also, it's the same goddamn body.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna be like, that's risky, but they look the exact same basically. They're
pretty much the same helmet, I think.
Like, Scorpions looks more hellish now in these newer games, but end of the day, come on.
Yeah, you could just say you're doing a retro run.
Yeah, they are nice. I do like these. Also, with third party though, you always have to worry about the quality and the QC issues, floppy joints and all that.
Soft goods look really good though. I mean,
Yeah,
in photos at least, but
they're usually decent. I find soft goods on third party stuff better than like the legitimate companies. Like, sure. Mayfex is still trying to do capes. The capes will like rip apart.
What qualifies or quantifies rather a third party company doing one?
Someone who didn't pay for the license to do this.
Oh,
so, yeah. So this guy's name, like,
this
guy's named. What's his name?
Wait, what did they do? Like
absolute
a dollar store name of them?
Absolute Zero.
Absolute Zero. Absolutely nothing. Just call him CCR. Say it again. Ah!
He looks good.
He does.
Yeah. And then Reveltech, they did their expansion and weapons pack here. I don't know how many people are into Amazing Yamaguchis.
That's interesting. The muzzle flashes are like digital looking.
Yeah, they do these weird futuristic
like
stuff.
They're like pixel. Yeah, that's cool. Why is it a gun that was made in the 70s though? Okay, sorry. Yeah, never mind.
No, you're right though. You're not wrong.
Just rip off Call of Duty Black Ops guns.
I was gonna say, are they allowed to do that? Because of but it was only so DC doesn't do guns anymore. So I thought maybe like, maybe if they faked the fire, they can't they can't emulate the discharge. But this isn't DC, so it doesn't matter. So this is just a stylized.
Or are they doing that? So they're just trying to fill a hole that DC,
or like Hasbro doesn't release real guns anymore. They release they remake their Nerf guns, but smaller.
Why don't they just put on the box that they come with airsoft guns? Give them an orange blaze tip.
They did that too with Deadpool, I think, back for one of the releases. They just painted all them, then they painted them all in orange.
Huh.
But if anyone needs weapons packs, here's this. This seems like it would be pricey just for like figure and weapons. But then again, people who want to customize, I wouldn't necessarily customize a Reveltech figure, but who knows? Someone will figure out what to do.
They come with that figure too?
Yeah.
That's cool. They mean real guns with toys? Yeah, this
isn't from the West. This isn't a Western society situation here.
No.
Well, no, G.I. Joe has their like almost realistic looking ones.
Yeah. And then they do such a good job with all their weapons. Every time we unbox one of those, I'm blown away because it's like every magazine comes out, the silencers come off, scopes come off. It's just like, who cares about the figure? Look at this gun. It's so cool.
They put effort into it.
Yeah.
It just depends on the property, like the IP.
Sure.
Like the Marvel stuff, they will never give their characters real guns. G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe, they'll make like futuristic guns one wave, and then the next one it's
Whose mom that like whose mom got pissed off? Like this isn't a like politician thing. Like
yeah.
I mean
Which
maybe it is.
this was this a crisis? Like who's complaining and why are they the
Yeah.
loudest? Like
Who got on a podium? They shouldn't work in that industry because that's dumb. It's like, oh, we
people.
can't have our kids playing with tiny 1-inch like guns, but they can watch the show where that. But you know what? Companies like this, they can make a business, so
Yeah.
maybe it's okay.
Oh yeah, model kits.
Yo,
Did you watch
this
Digimon as a
Digimon?
kid? Yeah.
Okay.
So this is their Bandai Amplified line. This
The
is by
best
Ultramon's.
intro theme ever.
You remember that? Remember,
Dude,
did you
it
watch
still plays in my head.
or the movie where they made a rap out of it and they
Oh,
just
yeah.
extended it?
Dude, oh. There was the company, hold on. Tell me
Bandai.
about no. The company, the okay, tell me about this. I'm gonna
What
I got some shinfo that I gotta look up and I gotta
Okay.
remember.
So they did War Greymon, they did Metal Garurumon, now you have Pyldramon. This is one of their fusion Digimon with I think Stingmon and XVmon. Lots of accessories. You can move the wings. The fact that it's a model kit might bother some people, but at the end of the day, this is a pretty standard one. Just snap it together.
I mean, it's kind of like the Gundam, what are they, 1/16th inch
Yeah.
scale or whatever. Bandai does. I have a couple actually. I have a TIE Fighter and an ATST 1/16th model, and I've done during the pandemic. I did a couple of their Gundams as well, and they're great. They're moderately posable too. They're not super fragile, and they all come already like painted. Like growing up, I made models as a kid, and painting them, I was just like, I don't want to learn how to airbrush. I'm 10. So like if this was available, that would have been the best.
Like back in the day,
Yeah,
they were always like you'd move it and then it would just fall apart. So I'm not doing another one of these. I just can't do it.
No, yeah, I broke every bone in my leg and was like, all right, I guess I'll build an Apache. And then it like exploded like months later. I touched it or breathed on it or something.
Or you get those like you finish it and then your stupid 10-year-old brain's like, okay, now it's time to paint. And you go to like Michael's and get their model kit paints, but it's like the lacquer, so it's just like painting with honey.
Because you don't know, you're 10.
It ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, and then you fuck the whole thing up, and then you throw it out, and then you never buy it again.
Yeah.
But like these, you're like, oh, I built a thing. It looks cool. Now it can sit on a shelf, and then when I dust it, then I'll break it. But you didn't have to glue it together, so then you could. It's much better business structure. So the guy who wrote, one of the guys, Paul Gordon, who wrote the Digimon theme, he was in the B-52s.
Why do you know that?
Because I heard about it on some shitty YouTube thing, and I was like,
I like how it triggered your memory. I was like, oh,
I just remember learning some shinfo about the Digimon theme.
He's very passionate about it.
It's such a good song. You know every word, and you have for 20 years. I know this because every kid who watched it, which is like even the dumb part, change into like everyone knows every bit.
Okay, did you like Digimon or Pokemon as a child?
Metabots.
Okay, I like that too.
Also had a bitch intro theme.
Yeah. Were you
Bumblebee or whatever his name was?
Yeah, Metabee.
Yeah.
And he had like the force. So like, what this is getting out of hand. But
yeah. Also, That show was literally the main character was just a yellow Roomba with machine guns duct taped all over him. And now Marvel can't give Black Widow 2 pistols.
I think I have him here. Yeah, I do. I have him Metabe model kit as well.
Hell
just
yeah.
Just because. Oh yeah, Diamond Select Toys did
Speaking
War
of
Machine.
guns.
Yeah.
Here's Gunman.
So the beautiful thing about this is he won't be able to move because of the company that makes him, but he looks nice.
He does. You know, in this great studio. I mean, yeah. I like all it's very metallic, but not too over shiny. Yeah.
Well, see, now he will be able to move slightly, and that's going to scratch all the metallic paint you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
like what they did here.
I see thigh joints. There is
There's no clearance at all. There never is. The joints they don't have clearance on, but they paint them. So like when you move the elbows, it scrapes all the paints off. The shoulders,
do they come with replacement paint?
No, of course not. They barely come with all the pieces that they're required to make a decent figure. And I'm speaking from experience because I do have Marvel Selects from a few years ago.
Oh.
I keep going. I always would. It's just they're few and far between. Ryan's like, do you immediately show him DST trash without Elvin in charge? If Elvin was here, I would show more. There's a reason I put McFarlane up first. There's a reason why there's no McFarlane up today. So
he saves that just to make Elvin squirm.
Yeah. But like I like this face sculpt.
Yeah.
This is one of the best statue figures I've ever seen. When you rotate that bicep, I picture all the paint scraping off too.
Yep. The shoulder pads are definitely bumping into that breastplate. There's gonna be a lot of paint wear there. Oh, he's got 2 chest plate. He's got 2 different chest plates.
Oh yeah. So that's cool. It's like they put so it's weird. So this company puts effort into the look of the figure,
right?
But then it's ruined by like random nonsense, like stuff they didn't care about. Like, these don't need to move, or this looks fantastic, but we're gonna make the legs look like door hinges.
Yeah. Okay. So what is the price on them then?
Oh, they're normally like $30.
Okay.
So they're the same as Marvel Legends.
Yeah. In that case, I'm not mad at them. For, I guess, general public who just want a thing from a show that they think is cool, or a comic book or a movie or whatever.
Yeah.
And they just want it to be on their shelf.
Like
not in a hero pose. Like, yeah, it does the job. They're not paying exorbitant prices for it. Sure.
Like I have the Spider-Man ones. When Anti-Venom came out, I bought him because I didn't have a Legends one. And then for like my X-Men shelf, like I'll like have Juggernaut here, or like it does the trick. It's fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, but yeah, Juggernaut. I mean, that's a bath.
He's huge. So like this guy, I just like
you have to buy 6 figures to get that son of a bitch on your shelf.
Yeah.
And their paint bleed is garbage too, and so is their articulation. So really,
just
if you don't want a bath, you don't want to buy the whole line. Just buy one of this company.
Buy one of these things.
Yeah.
And he's like a brick. If I wanted to kill someone, I could throw this at their head.
Yeah. Self-defense. Defend your family. Because Marvel's not allowed to have guns, so just use Juggernaut.
Oh, and then this bad boy here, classic Captain America. Kind of weird looking. He kind of scares me. I don't know. I know this is supposed to be a classic look.
Were his calves that big?
In the comic, probably.
I mean, why aren't his calves just look not proportioned correctly? It's like he did half a leg day.
Well, yeah, they're awful. That's why. They're awful.
Yo, he's got Popeye arms too. What the hell? Look at the forearms.
No, he did. Okay, to be fair, like I'm sure very first
yeah, because Popeye was popular, so they were like, all right, we gotta We got to rip off Popeye. He set the tone. I get it. It's fine.
Hold on a sec. I want to see what he.
It looks like his chest opens up.
Yeah,
his
that's
cleavage
hard...
is so pronounced.
It's, yeah. Like and he has this long neck. He has a giraffe neck too.
A little bit.
It's even funnier when you switch it to the the flesh tone neck.
Yeah.
So the one on the far right here, the maskless one,
mm-hmm.
His head looks normal size there to me.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not.
That's because he's got the collar.
Oh yeah,
or he's got the hood down. Yeah,
it's hiding his long neck.
Yeah. So for anyone in the chat right now who's got a long neck, just wear a turtleneck or a hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some market for this guy. I don't know anyone who wants him.
Yeah.
And I think with import figures like Mafex and Bandai, SH Figure Arts, and Hasbro doing Marvel, I don't really see a need for like these anymore. Like they don't scale with anything. They scale with McFarlane. They're 7 inches. 7 or 8 inches.
That's not okay.
Yeah.
Because also Marvel has done this figure like 10 times already.
Yeah.
And the top of the chest fits better on the torso.
Actually,
there's a big gap there.
Yeah, they do that a lot. And he's just like a tube. Like there's no
like,
it's just like upper body and then a tube.
Who makes this?
Diamond Select Toys.
What else? What's their bread and butter? What are they known for?
Statues. So you can see how their figures don't really move that much. They recently did a Darkwing Duck.
Sick.
But again, like I'm afraid to touch the Darkwing Duck figure.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it was just going to snap to pieces.
Well, when there's trouble, you call DW.
There's another theme song that's stuck in my head.
So good.
It lives rent-free in my head.
Yep.
If I can find them. Okay, so they're $50 for
the Darkwing Duck is 50.
Yeah.
Is he also 7 inches?
He's 5.
Okay.
Because he's
so he's scaled to a 7 inch.
Well, now the beauty of Diamond Select Toys is they don't scale with each other either. So, but here you go. It's a 2-pack, so you get both Darkwing and Negaduck, and all of their accessories.
Well, I'm not allowed to say that.
Don't worry, you have a duck friend.
Wait, go back. They come with guns.
Guns and a chainsaw and a bomb. So it's decent, but again, this is like a statue figure again.
For sure. And I mean, I don't know of a lot of early 90s figure collectors, so the scaling issue I don't think will be super apparent. And then they'll just look at others and be like, oh, I guess he was a bit taller than I thought.
Plus, that's so niche. Like,
yeah.
Anyone who wants a Darkwing Duck figure will buy that because it exists.
Sure.
Because you're not going to get one anywhere else.
No.
Beast Kingdom did one, but that's like $110 now, probably more, because it had soft goods and a bunch of accessories. And then Hasbro did their Fantastic Four, Spider-Man and Wolverine. Ooh. We saw this before, but I think it's closer to being released now. We got some better renders. This is the 90th Spider-Man we have now.
Sure. I'm not familiar with this line
and Wolverine
at all.
So it's basically a domestic, like, this is the generic action figure. Like you have
I mean the
suit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man and Wolverine are reserve members of the Fantastic Four. So Reed and Sue were off in space or something. They're the backup.
They had lunch.
Yeah.
So they replaced Stretchy Guy with Rage Guy.
Yeah.
And Stone Man for Web Guy.
And then Sue and Reed's kids. So you have Franklin and Val. So she's
Cool.
super smart, and he has godlike powers, but they're draining. So I don't know. It's kind of like random. What? There's only so many stories you can tell. Like,
I like that he's got godlike powers, but they're kind of shitty. So I don't know.
He's running out of them.
He can do everything, but he can't right now. You're watching.
Yeah, yeah. Don't look at him.
Yeah, I can't make it work.
And then they released this 2-pack already of Val and Franklin.
Wait, why does
so
he have
anyone
laser
wants
webs?
Shut up.
Oh, okay.
That's just the art. Like he does it.
Oh, okay. They're. Oh no! I figured it out. It's plasma. There
you go.
and he generates the web from his blood.
There you go. Then more Shield agents. You have Nick Fury, both white and black. Anyone who's curious, Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury, is the white Nick Fury's son. He clearly takes after his mother more, so based on his complexion. And people are like, why is he also missing an eye? Someone stabbed his eye out to throw it back in his face. Like, here, be like your dad.
So these are just a head replacement of the agents that came out a few years ago. Like
these are on
army building.
So Elvin has those ones. No, these are on a newer body. So
they are.
Yeah.
Because those were a Bucky Cat body.
Yeah, these are the newer Bucky Cat bodies.
Oh, okay.
And then you have Dum Dum Dugan here, Sharon Carter.
I did a review on those.
Did you? Go check it out.
It was a speed run review.
See, that's cool. I'm only getting the 3-pack for Sharon Carter.
Sure.
Why her specifically, out of curiosity? Now, I'm not making fun of you or anything. Just like,
she's
what
got
about
good head
her?
Sculpts looks.
I do like that head sculpt.
Yeah.
Her shoes are throwing me off though.
Oh, yep. Don't like that. Yeah, she should be in. Well, I don't know.
I'm sure that's comic accurate, but she
I'm sure it is. But
it wasn't so jarring. Like she probably had like the tongue of the shoe or something. Like it's just like white and then black shoes. Rasper says so he wasn't adopted. No, his dad didn't even know he existed. And then he just shows up one day.
That's how babies work.
Yeah. Because she's on the new Black Widow buck. Okay. Understandable. Okay. So I'm passing on these. She has those tap dancing shoes.
Yeah.
Say no more. That's a good enough reason to buy it.
Yeah. I like his hat. If you want a dude in a mustache and a bowler hat, that looks pretty good.
I'm trying to speed through these. I know you've been up all day or night. I don't know. I can't keep track of what you do.
No, I'm
You're good.
This is lunchtime, dude. I can vamp for hours.
Okay.
You don't got to speed run nothing.
Do you remember these Altered Beast? Did you play this
vaguely? Game? It was a game? Yes. Okay, I do. Yes. I don't think I played it. I think I had friends who played it and I didn't care about it, but it was a fighting game?
No, it was a side-scroller beat 'em up, and Zeus is trying to get Athena back, but he employs the help of a random mortal to do so, and you collect power-ups so you can transform into different beasts and monsters.
Oh, right. Yeah, so I was never a Sega kid growing up.
Super Nintendo?
Yeah. I was a Nintendo kid. My rich friends had Segas.
It was either one or the other.
Yeah.
I got 2 and it was like taboo. Like my aunts and like uncles would like give me a look like of disapproval. Like I don't know what to tell. Like whatever. I saved up. Up and got this. And then
I mowed lawns.
Yeah. Oh, here's
so one. The orb, I guess, is the power up that you would pick up
so.
in the game?
I don't remember now. Yeah. Mm. It's the spirit ball.
Didn't they remake it on like the Xbox 360 or something? I think.
Yeah, and they had the arcade version, and then they remade this thing like 5 times.
Oh, there's also a song, Alter Beast, by the band King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, which is one of the greatest band names ever made.
Oh, I leave my house all the time. I just don't let people in my house. That's the difference.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah.
He touches so much grass, but he doesn't let anyone touch his fucking grass.
So Super 7 no longer has the Simpsons line. I'm sure that made a lot of people sad. But Jack
Those are
Specific,
good.
you like those ones? I didn't like those.
They were.
I
I liked
those,
what Chris did with them for the shorts. They came with a lot of really cool accessories. These come with dick, apparently.
yeah, but these are like $14.
Okay, that's fine then. They look a little weird.
They're 4 inches, 3.5, 4 inches. So they're smaller too.
Okay.
I can see what these are renders.
Oh, what? These are renders?
Yeah, these are cardboard cutouts.
Oh,
These are the actual figure.
I was like, why would you put this much effort into a render and then put a price tag? What R is that? 199 rubles? RMB? What is the R?
I think it was South African something.
Ah, okay.
I don't know why it's in that currency and not anything else.
That's where leaks come from. It's fine.
Oh, South African rand.
South African rand. Yeah, okay. Sure.
You don't like these?
I mean,
so you're a Simpsons guy, right? For the most part.
Yeah, I've probably watched most of them. You know, like every other millennial, I stopped watching after season 20 or whatever the hell. Like, I just, the joints look too hard. I liked what was it, Super 7 that did the.
Yeah.
Those ones were like, they were soft. Sure, there was a lot of paint rub and a bit of paint bleed, but like,
I feel like they snapped so easily too, though.
Really? Well, just like when they came out with like the Space Homer, and then they would just give you individual like Ruffles chips with it. Like that
I like the accessories. The
accessories were so good.
Like honestly, in theory, they were fantastic, but they were basically selling you a box of IOU because you were almost there, but you cheaped out at the end. And I don't even know if they cheaped out. It's just bad quality.
Yeah.
Maybe they improved. I stopped.
Yeah, but which would you prefer?
Turtles.
Like
I'd rather pay $14 for something that.
Right. These are 14. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Or what was it? 80 Canadian for a figure that may snap on me, and then a bunch of awesome accessories.
Yeah.
I don't think
so. Now we have we've got the essentially two ends of a scale, and now in 2 or 3 years, somebody's going to come out and be like, "All right, this is the definitive version," or whenever these people's Super 7 contract runs out.
This was Jack's Pacific. Super 7 lost that. I think they lost Simpsons and Disney. So the Mickey Mouse crew.
Woof. Who pissed off Bob Iger?
What did Elvin say? Super 7 screwed up big time by not releasing the family members. Oh yeah, also that. So they released a bunch of side characters first and alternate looks and like Space Homer, but you didn't actually get the whole family before the line was canceled.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to go with the big four first. Then you do kind of crowdfunding stuff, or like, all right, now who should we do?
Super 7's good for like if you have a favorite one-off character like Poochie. Anyone who wanted Poochie got Poochie. And he's good to just like.
They did Itchy and Scratchy too, didn't they?
I think the robots.
I was gonna say, I think, that right. They did a weird niche couple thing, a robot of the version of the main character. Yeah, that okay. I see why they lost that contract.
See, like they didn't even release Itchy and Scratchy. They released the
you do the bog standard first with a bunch of accessories. Then
Or what you would
That's weird.
normally do is release 2 of the main core, so like Homer and maybe Lisa, like a popular
Yeah.
character, and then someone who's less popular, and then 2
Mhm.
more side characters. So
Mhm.
be like, oh, I want Homer and Lisa, and then again you would do that Marge and Bart
Yep.
and
You do
Maggie.
Maggie and the dog, or Maggie and Grandpa.
And they did that for Turtles. Like I think the first wave was the entire Turtle
Well,
family.
and then after all those are out, then you re-release and you do a multi-pack of the
That's
family and the couch.
which NECA does. That's NECA's business model where
Yeah,
they do
exactly.
the same thing like 7 times.
Yeah. It's a
Or even
weird
half.
thing that everyone likes in general what NECA does with things.
Well, no, they don't though. They'll complain, but then they'll buy it anyway.
I was gonna say, but they buy it.
Yeah. But I'm happy this will fill someone Simpson's void.
Yeah. And again, $14. That's, you can't complain.
Actually,
Wait, are
is
those
it?
shoulders static?
No, they're in like a socket.
Okay, that's a good. Well, it's cardboard. Never mind.
I can't tell what the
yeah.
articulation will actually be like. Their Sonic figures are pretty basic.
Yeah.
So I don't expect much from these.
You can get them in a jog pose, but not a run pose.
Yeah, basically. I'll wait and see. Like Bart's arm here looks like a robot.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it just looks, the angles are too hard.
So pass for you. Oh, what does Elvin say here? Super 7 generally thought they would have this line for years and underestimated the need to come out with a bang.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because a lot of companies don't have to try. They just release whatever. But I guess they've built up a reputation first or a need where. Okay. I feel like you're going to talk a lot about X-Men. So do you want to dive into that?
Yeah. Okay. Let me get a drink first.
Yeah. I'll play the intro. I'm playing it from the beginning.
Speaking of bitchin' intros.
I'll mute it a little bit so you don't get a copyright. Okay, so yeah. How did you not know this was a secret? Like, so this came out of nowhere for you, basically.
Yeah, because I watched. Oh, also internet. Here's your Dio tax. Here's the baby boy. D, you took me off of full screen when I'm showing the internet a dog. No camera, focus on the dog.
I tried.
Focus. Whatever. Anyway, it doesn't want to focus. Here's the dog. Anyway, he's gonna go have a nap on my lap now.
Yeah, just woke up.
Yeah, he just woke up from a nap, and now it's time for his second nap. So I did not know that this was, because I remember hearing, I don't remember what panel show or what Comic-Con or whatever. I vaguely remember watching interviews with some of the original animators and original writers, and they were talking about this. And that's when they, no, it was Hasbro Con,
Oh,
whatever the hell.
yeah, PulseCon.
PulseCon, yeah. And they came out with the action figure sets that came in like a VHS box.
Yeah.
And then they had a couple of the like original creators and writers, and then they started talking about this. And the way that they were talking about it sounded like it was just an update remake kind of thing.
No, and I blame Elvin for not explaining that to you because like, you're not super into this stuff. So Elvin, way to drop the ball there.
Yeah, like, but that's like that interview, because I think they announced this kind of thing. They like soft announced it kind of. And they were like, here's the thing we're doing. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Now kids get to whatever.
No, you probably just tuned it out like after.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, cool. They're remaking a thing I've already seen and putting it in HD. Who gives a shit? Whatever. It's cool. I don't care. And then anything about it, I would just see an article and I'd be like, whatever. That's a thing that I'm happy exists. And I'm also glad it's not a remake of something that came out 10 years ago. This is something that came out 30. When did the original one come out?
97.
Well, okay. All right. So yeah. 90s, late 90s. But I thought it was just an HD remake. We're re-releasing it. Here's the collector's edition kind of thing. And I was like, all right, cool, neat, whatever. Don't care. And then you were like, hey, we're gonna talk about this today. If you want, you can watch the first couple episodes. But then you were like, did you watch the original? I was like, yeah, I watched the shit out of the original.
You're probably so confused when I said that too. You're like, well, what difference does it make if I watch the original or this?
Yeah, exactly. Well, like, okay, like I was thinking, we want to do a comparison, like, is the animation style better, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, all right. And I was flipping through Instagram or TikTok, and there was this comedian who had a bit. He was a writer on this show on 97, and he was like, yeah, I wrote for Storm and somebody else. And he had a bit about it. And I was like, wrote for Storm? And what do you mean wrote? This shit's already written. Like, okay, maybe they had rewrites or they updated some of the dialogue or whatever. So then I was like, okay, it's a reimagining of it. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And I started watching it. And the intro, I was like, why the hell is Morph in this? And I was like, what do you mean Morph is in the top 7 or whatever, the crew? And I was like, he didn't come into the crew till later. And then it was like Charles Xavier's is dead. And I was like, oh, this is a sequel.
Yeah.
And then I got excited.
I was happy I got to witness your excitement too.
Yeah.
Because you hardly get to see someone have that revelation. Like, oh wait, this is something that I like. I was like, yeah,
this is something I'm into now.
And then you vanished.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think overall? I personally loved it. I watched like scenes of it before I watched the show, and then of course I watched the intro. And I had to be in the right mindset to watch it because
I did like the adult version of like getting a bowl of cereal, waking up early in the morning and watching it. I made like a rice bowl, and then I sat in front of my TV with the lights off and I watched it. And I was sitting there with a bowl and a spoon, pretty much just like eating. And so that like muscle memory
brought back memories.
Yeah. So I accidentally got into the perfect mindset.
Yeah.
It's so good. Scott's still a bitch, which I was
gonna say they fixed him in my they made him like the mutant Captain America. Like they did,
but he's still a bitch. Like, there's so many scenes where I'm just like, oh, good, okay, he's still the worst.
He didn't even do anything.
No, but he's just like, it's like, piss off, Scott.
Everything he asked for is reasonable too. That's the problem. It's just like everyone gave him a hard time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like you don't hate him because he's annoying. Everyone else just still thinks he's annoying. So there's like that character development that still exists. because like I'm not mad at him for the things he says. I'm mad at him by proxy because everyone still hates him. And
Yeah.
so that's good. They made Rogue less thick, so I'm pissed about that.
Everyone's been saying that too.
Yeah. There's a few scenes where I was just like, oh yeah, it's gone.
She's just like a twig now, and that's okay.
She's stick with 2 C's.
Yeah.
But Gambit's still a badass.
She still has her southern charm.
She does. No, she's still hot as balls. Like, don't get me wrong. But she's not going to be a lesbian awakening for some people in this show, which like she was in the original. But yeah, it was just fun.
Why is what?
Why is this a thing exactly? This is
a
sequel of a great X-Men cartoon. Morph,
yeah,
new Morph is okay. I haven't been looking at the chat. I did watch the original episodes. We said that explicitly. I watched
those. He didn't know X-Men 97 was a sequel to those.
Yes. I didn't know this was a sequel to the show I grew up on and watched the hell out of. I thought it was just a remake, an HD remake.
I think he just worded it wrong.
Yeah.
What did I say? I just figured the new comic wise would be clean, but probably years away. We had his astonishing suit recently, and then his VHS one, and then now this one. I don't think you're gonna get another Cyclops for a while.
The new suit, there was like new from what I remember from the original. Cyclops using his eye blast as a jetpack. I don't remember him doing that.
So he could do that. It's just never.
Yeah, and that was cool.
Yeah, and like
his a bunch. Also his fight in like the beginning. I think the first episode, he's like blasting around and moving himself with it. It was
he's propelling himself. Like it's
it was
pretty
so
creative.
Cool.
It's pretty creative. That was what got me excited for it. Seeing that scene, I was like, oh, okay. So it's not just
that made me pay attention. Yeah.
Like they tried. Like they could have easily just made him stand there and shoot people.
Totally. And and then also they made Jubilee not seem useless, which she was the whole time. She was just like, glitter sparkle. I'm kind of a flashbang, but not really. And then they had the foresight to put her in a rave, and so all the millennials could laugh.
Yeah.
Because she's in a rave doing her glitter dance. But she actually it makes the effects they kind of brought up a bit so that it looks like she's actually doing damage and isn't just like, glitter bomb.
Yeah.
So she's cool now. Xavier.
McFarlane talk. What McFarlane talk? You want to talk about Alex Cooper? like they didn't reveal anything.
Yo, they did. Yeah, Alex Cooper and
but he doesn't care about that. So why is he
AC/DC guy? I don't give a shit about AC/DC. But
and then the other stuff we talked about last week.
On websites that I go to, I saw that McFarlane came out with figures, and I was like, "This is a weird cross pollination of my two work passion things." I know all the backstory of the guy who makes this, but everyone else on this website doesn't. Yeah. What else? Jubilee's cool now and useful, which is great.
She didn't do anything either, but you could tell she can.
She's capable. Exactly. She's capable, and the dialogue is funny. The jokes are kind of cheesy sometimes, but not in a bad way. Like I never rolled my eyes.
It felt like the 90s again. Like they all had those like 90s jokes. This is supposed to be a continuation, right? So you can't deviate that far out.
No, but I just mean like the writing style.
Yeah.
Like cartoons aren't written like that anymore, but this didn't feel like a throwback. It just, and like the animation also too kind of lagged a couple times here and there where like it would kind of pause when they were in dialogue and then move. So there was like, I don't know the animation studio that did it. I assumed it was animation studio in Korea. By the fact that it was nothing but Korean names in the animator
Yes,
section.
it's probably Studio Mirror.
Okay. So, also too, all the voice actors I recognize from a million other shows.
Yeah,
Which is also kind of a nostalgic thing where it's just like there's
and then
only
for the ones they couldn't get back, like a lot of them
yeah
reprised their roles, but
yeah
the ones they couldn't, they got elsewhere, like you said, which I
yeah
appreciate.
yeah. There was a bunch of voices that were reprised, but for the ones that didn't, it was just other voice actors that you recognize, and you're like, oh, it's that guy. Oh, it's that guy, which is just such a thing of like 90s and 80s and 2000s cartoons.
Yeah,
It's like there's only like 50 people that are voicing everything. Yeah, we talked about Alice Cooper. Pay attention, Rasper.
calm down, easy. What did you think of the story overall so far?
I'm interested, which is like when episode 2 ended, because
Yeah.
you said to me, "Hey, watch a couple episodes." I was like,
I
"All
didn't
right,
I
I'll
didn't
watch."
realize it stopped at 2. Like
Yeah,
I didn't want to spoil anything, so I stayed off the internet basically.
I also didn't.
Yeah.
No, well, we know this. I knew nothing about this whatsoever. And then when the end of the second episode, I was just like, oh, okay, I'm watching a third episode, and it was like, no, fuck you. There's only 2, and I was like, no. And I've never done that with a cartoon, or not never. I haven't done that in a cartoon in decades.
What'd you think about
Magneto's
Yeah.
S&M suit? Love it.
Yeah, I was like, that's a
His
weird
dominatrix suit and his long flowing Fabio hair. Hold on, let me just. Whoa.
I was wondering how old that dude's supposed to be.
Well,
He's supposed to be like 70 something too.
Yeah, I mean, he's an Auschwitz survivor, so yeah, he's. Wait, no, this is.
Oh yeah, what year is it?
In 1997?
Yes.
Is that the idea?
I believe so.
So
the old show started in 92,
late 50s. So yeah, he could have Fabio hair.
He's older than that.
Oh yeah, no, he was a kid during the 40s.
I don't know, man. That seems.
Hold on, this is a thing that nerds have figured out. How old is Meg?
I don't care that much.
In 97. Between 61 and 67.
See, he's older.
Yeah, he's late 50s, early 60s. That's what we said.
Do you?
I don't remember him banging Rogue. Just gonna throw that out there.
In the comics, he did.
I'm so excited for that story arc.
Now, I don't want to get into too much spoiler territory.
No,
but that was in the trailer. So if you didn't watch the trailer, then
I clearly didn't.
What did he say? What if this show too?
That's not a sentence, Kiwi.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. Oh, and I mean, spoilers. So if you don't know,
count to 4 and then say it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Meh. We get to see the birth of Cable.
Oh yeah, that was in the
second episode.
Yeah,
and like right when I saw she was no, who cares? It's if you don't know, that's your own goddamn fault. I know, and I don't know that
what
this
about
was a sequel. Yeah.
No, people have to know by now.
They see Jean Grey pregnant. Like, if like right when I saw her pregnant, I was just like, "Whoa, she's pregnant!" Oh my! Like that was part of this is a sequel. Yeah. So there was just like a cascading excitement of just like, "Oh, this is a sequel. Oh, this is cool. Oh my god, she's pregnant. This is a sequel. Oh, that's Cable." Ah! It was just like I constantly got more excited watching the show.
You brought up Morph earlier. Were you one of the people that are you a cult classic person for him? Like, did you like Morph in the old show?
I liked him because I was a child.
I was one of those people like he didn't do anything. He died. Like, why does everyone love him so much? Like everyone.
Yeah. Like I think it's it's a cool story piece, but also I think it's a shitty writing story piece.
Yeah.
Because it's just a catch-all. It's borderline a multiverse character where it's like, oh well, they can't do this anymore because they died. It's like, well, they got the guy who's a plot hole filler. He can just become them and have their powers.
Yeah,
And
actually,
then so like for 90s writing, like it's kind of shitty, but like I mean, I hope they don't fall into that. They probably will. They use him as an escape, and he'll save the day one time, and then everyone will love him. But I don't know. He's fine. But still not knowing that it was a sequel, and still hadn't wrapped my brain around that when Professor Xavier showed up and was talking, and then also the motherfucker was walking. I was just like, wait a minute. And then it was like, wait, why is Morph here? And then it started to set in. This is a sequel.
His humor is kind of dark too. Hey, like he turns into like the person who just died, and then he turns into like
he's just like, yo, give me some toast. I'm hungry.
Yeah. Or like characters would show up on screen like, oh, they're in the show, and it just turned out to be Morph again. I was like,
yeah.
I didn't see you in the jet. Where did you come from? And then
and like the fight scene where he turns into like 6 different people, and it was just like, oh cool. Yeah. So it's like he's the fan service. He's the token fan service guy. Like
they made up for what they did to his life in the old show.
Sure.
Like, and that's okay. Like he's earned his time to find. A lot of people are upset too. Like they just have something to say.
I want to hear why people are mad.
Well, Gambit in a crop top.
Yo,
made a lot of people.
That is 90s hot dude. That's 90s hot dude.
Yeah.
They just continued making Gambit hot.
I was like, that's pure Gambit.
Also, he's a Cajun French-speaking dude who wears purple, who makes things glow and explode, and has a girlfriend that he can't touch. Gambit's like a bisexual icon.
Picture. Oh, it's hidden, but in the background there, he's just like cropped out.
No. He's shirtless there. That's after the basketball game.
Yeah, but before that, I was trying to find. Like people are just upset. They're like, oh, they're making him like bisexual now. Blah blah.
He is.
I'm just even so, he's playing basketball. So it's the 90s.
And he's jacked as shit.
Everyone's gonna look like AC Slater from Saved by the Bell. You know?
I can't. No. Gambit's still a badass. He was always my favorite character growing up.
Elvin didn't care for Morph.
Yeah, but he is a character that I think the general populace. I didn't say he's gay.
No, not in that. Like they're just like he looks weird. But it's
no. I'm sorry. No, to Elvin. I didn't say he's gay. I said he's a bisexual icon. Again, he wears purple. He looks fire. He has a duster jacket. He has a girlfriend he can't touch.
He wasn't allowed to play because, as you said, he was the best at hoops, so it was unfair.
Yeah. And it's just so growing up watching X-Men and then going through life and then learning. I know, so was I, Elvin.
Get out of there.
Also, you missed my dad joke, so go back and you can join the replay crew and watch my dad joke. It made it. You might be out of a job there, bud. But and then so growing up watching that, and then the movies, the Fox movies, and all that. But then like passively learning a lot more lore and characters or whatever, because I didn't go super deep into X-Men. It was like mostly all of the content that was put out, and then like I didn't read a lot of the comics. I read a few here and there, so like I passively just like took in lore and characters and whatnot, and what from what I remembered as a kid. Now seeing like Cable just being like, "Oh, sup, I'm here." I'm just like, "Oh," or not Cable, sorry, Bishop just like show up and just like, "Oh shit, it's Bishop. Oh, cool." And
Black Cable.
Yeah, pretty much. And just, but yeah, it was just fun watching it, and I think they're doing such. I went from not giving a thundering shit about this show to being so excited about this show by just watching it. And
That's
I think
what's
that
supposed to. That's what it's supposed to be like. No, like
I know that's what
no
shows should
politics,
be.
no politics, and the show is based purely on politics. But you could
Well,
still have fun
yeah,
with it.
but this is
But it's
the
always
best way to
yeah,
do it.
and it always has been. So people who are
Absolutely.
upset by that are confusing to me because there are people upset by that too.
Hey, they're bringing race and gender into X-Men. It's like, motherfucker, that's what
Except
it's
they,
written on.
except they didn't even do that. It's just it hit so close to home
Yeah.
that
Which I thought, like, this,
like they
I
got
don't know.
offended. Like why they
Oh, they're talking to Congress about people being
yeah
segregated. And it's like, yeah, bitch, that's X-Men.
yeah.
That's the whole idea. And like, it's just, yeah, it hits home in a good way. Like,
I'm like, why do you have a problem with this? Does that speak volumes about you?
yeah, no, because they have a problem with their life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just okay. I want to hear. I've ranted about this. Hold on, let me get my
Are you
hair out of
okay?
my
Do you
earball.
need a towel?
I want to hear your opinion because I had so much fun and I can't wait to. When does this come out? What days? Like I know nothing about this. What days does this air? When does episode 3 come out?
Let me get you a schedule.
Storm's haircut. She's had like the faux hawk multiple times before.
Yeah, I've never liked that. Like even in the comics.
Yeah, it's definitely. It's not. I agree. I don't.
I'm just seeing how many episodes there are, but they come out every Friday, like most Disney Plus.
Every Friday?
There's only 10 episodes.
Okay. So
Which is this is decent. This is a standard Disney Plus show, right?
Mm-hmm. It comes out Wednesdays?
Oh, even better.
Tuesday. It comes out tomorrow night.
Are you gonna
every episode I'm watching?
are you skipping popcorn chicken for this?
I mean, I might just show up just to talk about X-Men. I'm more excited about this than Bad Batch. I'm watching that out of pure obligation.
Oh, you don't like that show
waiting
anymore?
For it to be good so
like
that we can talk about it.
Did I like it? Yes, I did. I wish I didn't know about it like you didn't know about it.
Also, side note, before you get into it, I have been doing this exact thing with video games where I start hearing a bunch of bad things and then I just ignore the game and I ignore it for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And then I play it and then I'm like, oh, this game's great. Like the last Mass Effect game, Andromeda, everyone hated it. It had a horrible launch. Nobody cared about it. They said everything was garbage. I played it 3 years later and I was like, this is a great game. And with like, I have a lot of friends in like the that are game developers or in the video game industry. So I know how much crunch is and I know how much broken shit comes out because I've paid for it and I've been pissed off and I've been mad and then I've never touched the game ever again. And so I know that cycle, but also I want to vote with my wallet. So I just don't buy a thing get day one. I wait for it for a couple of years until it's like, hey, here's a collector's edition. It's $10. And then I play it and I'm like, I had a great experience. I had a great time.
Yeah, price
so
price makes it different too, hey?
Oh, absolutely too. Yeah. But like if I see a trailer, and I did this for a lot of the earlier Star Wars stuff, if I see a trailer and I go, okay, that looks good, I will stop paying attention to it because I've already decided. And I'm not going to get into the fervor. I'm not going to get into the drama and all this. I want to watch and enjoy a thing and enjoy the content. And then after that comes out, then I'm going to go in a deep dive if I liked it, watch all the theory videos, watch all the like the lore stuff and all that. And that's what this is doing. Now I'm excited to just like do a deep dive on X-Men shit, which I haven't done. Last time I was excited about the what was the FX show with Xavier's son?
Oh, he has a stupid name in paintbrush hair. Legion.
Elvin. Legion.
What?
That I didn't watch. I watched that last year. Start to finish. I binged that in like a week. And then now I was like, why did nobody tell me about this show? And then everyone was like, oh yeah, it was really good. But yeah, like I anyway. if you like a thing, if you think it's going to be good, don't give
Sleep on it. Sleep on it for 2 years.
Sleep on it a bit. If well, maybe not TV shows, but like video games, definitely sleep on them.
Yeah,
that's the biggest industry. They're making too much money, and they're not paying the actual creative people and the people who are making the games. So take the eat the rich, take away money from billionaires. You know that whole spiel. Hey, anyway, what did you think about this?
I'm also curious, Elvin, what didn't you like about Morph? Like, is he just his like pale face you don't like now, or like because he's a mutant?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's mutant and proud now. You know how they do that. What did I think? I do like the character designs, as you can see here.
Yeah.
Same thing about Rogue, though. Like you said, it didn't ruin it for me. It's just
no.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not gonna go on the internet and yell about it, even though I kind of just did. I made a joke about it because the internet's been yelling about it. But there are definitely some certain areas she was the slider scale in a Skyrim character creator that got turned down for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, Magneto is savage. Yeah. He's not hitting on her.
He didn't even do anything. He just sat there.
He's just like, sup. And she's like, all right, you want to touch bits? And Gambit cried cards.
Poor dude.
Mm-hmm.
Someone at the GameStop, he's like, because I asked him, what did you think? And he's like, I liked it a lot. And then episode 2 happened. And then I was confused. And then I was angry. I'm like, oh, interesting. What would have happened? And I was guessing it was this.
Yeah.
And it was.
I'm
sure it's going to go somewhere.
Oh, absolutely.
So I can't be too, like, it's whatever.
But also, like, that's not even why, like, I'm excited. Like, Jean Grey 2 showed up. And I was just like, and then I was like, okay, I need to watch episode 3 now. And it's just like, no, that's it. And I'm like, I want to die.
Yeah. Biggest improvement for me is Cyclops. I went from hating him as a character to liking him a lot.
Yes. No, like, he's written very well. And I do like him as a character. But I do still like how nobody respects him.
Yeah. Okay. that was the best middle ground they could have possibly come up with. Like,
absolutely.
Oh, this guy's awesome to watch, and he's awesome to watch fight.
Mm-hmm.
He's
still a bitch.
Yeah. Like, he said the right things, especially when he was like rescuing people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he calmed them down. He dealt with the civilian first.
Yeah.
And then he just beat the crap out of everyone. It was like this.
Yeah.
On paper, he should be Captain America.
Yeah. But then there were a couple times where like he would walk up and be like, we don't want to fight. Now I'm just like, you a bitch.
What do you say? Morph had a default face in the original. Why did they need to change that? I mean, I know why. The message. Okay.
No,
we do see him flip back and forth though.
Yeah. I think it just, so it's a character design thing that you're getting up about? Because I think that might just be because they wanted to be able to show more emotion on him. I assume there's going to be a couple episodes where it's going to be a Morph episode, or there's going to be an episode or whatever. And just to be able to animate him better, they gave him more of a face.
In Exile,
he didn't have a mouth, did he?
He had a mouth. Like, he just looked like Snape or whatever his stupid name is. Who's the?
Oh, okay. Right. He didn't have a nose. Yeah, Snape. Yeah, that's right.
Or whatever his name is. I don't remember his name now. I don't watch.
Not Snape. It's Voldemort. You can't remember his name because he's he who shall not be named.
He just had the like no face, eyes and mouth. The Greendale human being.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put money on that.
Yo, that's a good, if you're gonna make it with any dude, if you're gonna shack up with a dude, Morph is gonna be the guy because he can morph into whatever you want. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't dispute that.
Who do you want tonight, babe? Well,
I'm waiting. I think Rogue will probably be my favorite. They actually let her use her super strength the way I wanted her to back in the 90s.
Yeah,
like the way she just like chokeslammed the Sentinel, picks up its head and throws it.
Throws it to another one. Yeah,
In the old show, she got blasted out of the sky every time she was about to
Every
attack.
time.
Every time she just go tumbling down to earth, and then she'd land and then leave a crater.
Yeah,
And
I forgot she could fly too.
Yeah.
There's so many people that used to be able to fly, and then when the live action came out, it was just like, nah, nobody flies.
Yeah, there's Storm and they kind of like just floated around.
Yeah.
They made themselves easier targets because they had to use all of their concentration and energy to levitate.
Yeah.
And then they just be blasted out of the sky.
Yeah. Gambit's a 10? Hell yeah.
I'm curious what other villains they will fight. Like, I hope it's not entirely political and entirely like Sentinels. Like, I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see Sabretooth. I want to see Apocalypse. I want to see.
Speaking of Morph, I loved Wolverine's sitting up on a tree and he's just like moping because the girl he loves is leaving. And then Morph shows up. He shows up with a 6-pack and a couple of bags of crisps. And then it's in a montage too. There's no dialogue, and he looks up. He's like, "Hey, bud, I got some beers." And he's like, "Whatever, bub." And then he throws 2 bags of chips at him, and then he turns around and he turns into.
That's what I mean. There's that dark humor again.
Yeah.
What does the Elvin say? Cyclops using his laser is not accurate. Laser doesn't help reduce your speed. That's because it's not a laser.
Yeah, it's a mind blast.
It's an optic blast. It's concussive force. So he technically can do that. It's not heat related. All the heat generated is from the friction.
Yeah. Also, when Gambit threw a kinetically energized piece of toast at Scott.
Yeah, that was like,
holy shit.
Yeah, that's
a joke, and it was like, you could have blown up the kitchen.
Because Gene moves it, and you can see it go up in the background. Everyone was wondering what the Wolverine charge claws would do because they showed that. I was like, yeah,
okay. I saw a picture of that. I think in our Discord, I saw a picture of that, and I was just like, oh shit! Like again, did not clue in. I thought that was like from a comic or some old thing. I was just like, oh, that's so cool. Yeah, because like Gambit, in my opinion, is like Cyclops trash. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Cyclops is a bitch, and he still is in this show, and that's why it's a good show. All right, Scott sucks.
I said they fixed him. I didn't say he's my favorite person.
Yeah. He has good writers behind him. Yeah. He's still a bitch. I don't hate that he exists now. That's good writers.
He needs to be there. He's a necessary evil.
He's the stepdad in all of the term, in all the ways. Nobody wants him there. Anyway, but like, because like Gambit is arguably one of the most powerful. He could crack the earth just on a whim, because he could just sit there and just charge up his staff for like 20 minutes and then just be like, and everyone's dead.
Has he done that in the he's done that in the comics. He's slowed his descent with his optic blast. I've never seen him like propel himself the way he did in the show though. So that was cool. Elvin's on a business trip.
Yeah. He's doing business.
Yeah. Overall, what would you give this show?
10.
Yeah, I was like, why did I ask that? Look at you. You need a towel right now.
It's so good. I'm so excited. Like, Star Wars shows have not made me wait for the moment it comes out since Andor. I know, Elvin, you hate Andor. Whatever.
What does he like?
Wait, Elvin, do you like the show? 8 out of 10? Elvin likes the show.
He gave it an 8.
You gave it an 8.
Okay.
Confirmed, everybody. Good show. I didn't mean to do the slow clap. I meant to do the...
Those are buffers. Yeah.
There we go.
8 seems fair. I'd give it an 8. I need to see more. They could totally derail this whole thing.
Sure.
Like they could.
No, absolutely. I'd say the first 2 episodes. Okay, I'll give first episode a 9 because I think the surprise of me realizing this is a sequel probably jacked it up a lot, but the second episode kept my interest, and I mean, I can't think of anything wrong. Like, there's nothing I would have changed or didn't like about every character, every instance, every fight scene,
Yeah.
the storyline so far. The fact that it's just like, yo, Magneto's here, Charles Xavier, yeah, he put in his will, I take over. Now I'm going to try to be good, but he's not like a come to Jesus moment where he's like, oh, I did such wrong. He's just like, no, I need to respect my best friend who I disagreed with. This is the wish of a dying man, and I'm going to respect that.
Yeah.
And he lets everyone know that. He constantly is just like, I could kill every motherfucker in this place right now, but I won't because Charles says I didn't want to, and he's dead.
Yeah. It's annoying watching how far they push him. I'm like, you guys like need to stop, right?
Oh no, he's gonna snap. He's going to snap.
Yeah. It's just funny. I'm like, you guys keep trying and failing.
Yeah.
So just maybe stop for a minute and just assess your situation.
Let him breathe. To pay for a spa day or something. Let him relax a bit. Yeah.
Overall.
Gambit's the GOAT. Gambit's the best. I dressed. There's a girl I was dating back in, like, I don't know, 5-10 years ago, whatever. She was a costume designer, and I was a comic book accurate Gambit with like the eye contacts and everything. She was Rogue. I
don't know why I thought you were gonna say, and I made her dress up as Gambit.
No, I was Gambit.
Hey man,
she was Rogue. And then our roommate was Jubilee. He was just like flamboyant Filipino guy, love him to death. And he was like, I'm gonna be Jubilee. And we got him like dishwashing gloves, and he was perfect. It was so good. Yeah, Gambit's the best.
Try a little harder.
Oh, and Wolverine said bub at least once an episode.
Yeah, I was like, take a shot every time he said bub.
Yeah.
But they didn't overdo it like the old.
No, they didn't. They didn't overdo it. They threw it in, so every time I was like, ah. Yeah.
Who's your least favorite character?
Least favorites? Probably Beast.
Yeah. Does anyone like Beast though?
I like the Kelsey Grammer Beast.
Okay. And he's kind of being a dick in the comics right now. So like,
yeah, like I know he's
super
important, and I know he's gonna do stuff. But yeah, probably Beast. Not for any not for any problem, but just he's just there, and I already knew who he is, and he's like, I'm the science guy, and I'm blue. But like, this show isn't doing anything new, or this show isn't really doing anything for him. What's the new kid's name?
Oh, Sunspot. Robert
Sunspot?
Costa. Yeah. Roberto.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see what they do with him. His power is cool. Like, I like him as a character in the comics. So we'll see what they do here. He could be like the old show brought in a character like the cameo appearance or the guest star appearance,
right?
And then you'd never see them again, like they did with Nightcrawler, like they did with Colossus.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping they don't do that this time around. I hope they add to the roster. Like I hope we get Colossus.
Yeah.
We saw Nightcrawler in the trailer. I hope he sticks around more this time. I hope Sunspot sticks around.
Nightcrawler's probably he's in the top 5 of cool characters. Who played him in live action? Was it the same guy from Spy Kids?
It was Boris from 007. I don't know why I don't know his name.
Yeah, the guy from I don't know why I'm thinking of Spy Kids specific.
There's Alan Cummings.
Yeah. And then obviously Toad, who was played by Ray Park,
Darth
Maul.
himself.
Yeah. And he was part of one of the worst lines in comic book TV movie history.
What happens to a toad when you strike it with lightning? Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, the same thing that happens to everything else. Horrible writing.
Notorious.
Yeah. Borderline The Room level. Oh, hi, Mark.
This is bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not.
I did not.
What do I say to Jess all the time? No, I can't say it because it's rude. You know this scene. You know this scene where he cusses her out.
Yeah, I mean, I got a censor button. I can maybe catch you on it, but if you know, you know.
Everybody betrayed me. Overall, I give this a 9 so far.
Yeah,
they can only go down from here. Either it stays at a 9
or
it goes downhill. But
no, I agree. This is one of the best starts to a TV show I've watched in a long time, and it's so. And I'm happy to see that you and Elvin both like it so much. I know that I'm overly hyped on it because it came out of nowhere for me, and I got like blindsided by it. So I'm just so jacked. I'm just like, this is cool. And I know I'm blowing it a bit out of proportion, but it's
like you like this a lot.
Because I wasn't expecting it, and I'm just excited. It's like if they came out with a Spider-Man cartoon that was the Spider-Man meme from the 80s, 90s, whatever. It's like, or if they came out with like Batman Beyond, a sequel to Batman Beyond, and it had the same, like, you would lose your shit.
I would.
Yeah.
This is me losing it.
Well, yeah. But also, if you didn't know, and then an hour later you got drunk and started to talk about it on the internet, that's what's happening right now.
If you want to see me get excited, have a movie randomly turn into a revenge movie. We were watching one last week, and then
what movie was it?
I don't want to say the name. I can't remember.
Oh,
no, it was Roadhouse. It was Roadhouse.
Oh, it's Roadhouse.
Where he's like, "You guys managed to piss me off." And I'm like, "Is he gonna go full revenge right now?"
Oh, so it gets good.
And then a single tear. Well, it's like the old one. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up too. So the guy got fired already, Bo, the creator.
Wait. Hold on. Are we still talking about Roadhouse?
No, now we're talking about X-Men.
Okay.
Because I saw Elvin's comment. Yeah, and I was trying to find out, like, what did you do exactly? How did you like get fired that fast? Like, all you had to do, all of these people, all they have to do is just actors, just play the role, just be Kang, just stay out of trouble. Nope, you couldn't do that. Now you're fired. This guy, I don't know what Bo DeMeo did, but he's out.
Well, I mean,
so like, were you abusive? Like,
did you watch or hear about Quiet on the Set?
Yeah.
Well, let's
assume it's one of those.
I mean, it's a Disney kids show, quote unquote. Has he been working in the industry a long time?
Look, what Ryan said. He acted
like
he's
97. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard he had an OnlyFans page. Disney's not going to fire you for that.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, a lot of their just keep it quiet. That's
yeah. No, I mean, if he's been working,
there's so many rumors flying around.
If he's been, you know what? It's safe to assume if there is, if I don't even need to say it.
Yeah. Just stay out of trouble.
Probably that. Just don't be a piece of shit. Don't touch kids or people you don't know. Disney, Nickelodeon, people who work for those companies, people in Hollywood, just don't do that. It's easy.
It's impressive.
Really easy.
It's impressive they managed to hire not just one single person, but it's always an influx of just people, just a turnstile of just like,
yeah, it's almost like
we don't know if that's the reason. I'm not going to say that's the reason he was let go on this show.
Allegedly, with no information other than the industry they work in, the work that they have done, and their back catalog, and the predecessors that have come before them, and the allegations and convictions that have happened en masse. But chances are he'll probably just get rehired once he gets out of prison, because that happens all the fucking time.
Or they work from prison too.
Jesus. And
Elvin,
this is why I don't work in film.
Elvin,
yes, allegedly. We don't know.
That's a good note to end on. It's just like the rampant, just distrust in Hollywood. Overall, I'd give it a 9 so far.
Yeah, it's great. So good.
Nightcrawler and Colossus are my 2 favorites. They don't exist in the show yet, but that was just what the question I asked Justin was.
I'm excited that you said that Nightcrawler's in a trailer. I'm excited to see Nightcrawler in this.
And he has 2 swords, so
yo,
there you go. Have fun with that tidbit of information.
So excited. No, like I'm now gonna go watch like I'm hoping Screen Crush is doing like backstory videos on every episode, or like whoever, anyone on YouTube doing like here's a lore dump videos. I'm so excited to go and watch those on X-Men 97 now.
Yeah, though they have.
I do that for Star Wars things out of principle because I love Star Wars and I love the universe. Even though I hate most of the shows, I still watch the lore things because I still want to. I still love the universe. So yeah,
I just like seeing you guys get amped up every week. What the hell are they doing?
Yeah, if I didn't have a platform to yell and make jokes on the internet, I just would stop watching them after like episode 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But because I have to, because Elvin makes me.
Just tune it out.
Yeah. Well,
says the guy with guns. We know you had a list in high school, Ryan. There's a reason you're attracted to guns, and we're lucky you didn't have any in high school.
Hey, Ryan, I respect you and I appreciate you.
He doesn't live close to you. Don't worry about it.
All right, then. You shut up. But
I hope this spins off to like Spider-Man. I hope they do a Spider-Man show, like all the Fox cartoons. I hope they bring
absolutely.
That back.
Well, we know what a wonderful job Fox has been doing with comic book stuff.
Did you not go see Madam Web?
Who?
Oh, that was Sony, but Fox is long gone. I'm curious if you saw Madam Web.
Okay, well, the joke kind of translated.
No, it worked though, because Fox had their X-Men chances.
Oh, they
sucked. They sucked.
So okay,
actually, that's not fair.
That's not fair. No,
you remember the Halle Berry line, so it resonated with you a little bit. It's stuck in your. They have a place in your heart.
Who did the Wolverine movies?
Okay, so here we go. So Fox did the old X-Men movies.
I'm leaning back. Yeah.
They did the First Class movies,
which aren't that bad in retrospect. I think those X-Men movies have had a prequel reawakening where Disney has fucked up so much that now when you watch them, you're like, these aren't that bad.
I guess. I mean, I still will not watch like the first Wolverine movie. I was okay with the second one.
That's what I mean. But like, there's like, in retrospect now with what Disney has been doing to a lot of things, and I rewatched them within the last year. Like I rewatched all of the X-Men movies, all of them. Like First Class, second period, whatever the shit was.
Homeroom. X-Men Homeroom.
Yeah, Summer School, whatever the fuck it was called. And Sweeney has nice eyes. You are not wrong, Elvin. Great personality. Days of Future Past, absolutely. Like Phoenix, whatever. Like if I rewatched all of the X-Men movies, which is why I watched what was the FX TV show that we were just talking about?
Legion.
Xavier's kid? Legion.
Yeah.
I watched that on a whim because I had not heard of it, and I just assumed it would be like Iron Fist. It was like, oh, here's a show about a character in this universe that nobody gives a shit about, and it's not good.
Yeah.
But that's because I canceled my Disney Plus subscription, so I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna get drunk and just binge watch as much like Marvel and comic book and pop culture shit that I like and think is cool, just so that if it comes up in a conversation later for podcasts, I remember.
You just absorb the knowledge.
Yeah, and yeah, so I was like, I watch all this stuff. Most of them are fine, like in now standards, because they're so low. And I'm not saying this is a good thing. I think they're bad movies. I just think now Disney and Paramount and Sony and Fox have lowered people's standards so much now that now we look at those and we're like, they're pretty good. That was okay. But like then when you see like Logan, then you're like, oh, this makes me feel feelings. This has a beautiful storyline with great writing, and sure, there's people on the internet who says, oh, they said fuck too many times.
You didn't repeat it properly.
I'm trying.
You did it flawlessly this whole episode. I thought the one time you actually tried to.
I had something in the way I had to dodge.
Elvin's gonna kill you.
That's fine. And so now our standards are, like the Logan movie was, I saw it in theaters and I cried like Scott would. And it's so good. So then I don't know if it's saying they were actually pretty okay, or if this is like an abusive relationship and we should get Stockholm syndrome. Exactly. Yeah. Where now we're like, everything else I like is garbage. And then you go back to watch things in the late 2000s and you're like, it's okay. It's not bad. So then you tell your friends that it's okay. And then they go watch it and they're like, yeah, it's okay. And then Sony or Fox or whoever the hell, nobody cares. They're all owned by the same 4 companies. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Then they go, oh, a bunch of people started watching First Class. We should make a third period. And then they put
I remember the last thing they did was New Mutants. That didn't do well at all.
I did not watch that.
Forgot all about it.
That was a TV show, yeah?
No, it was a theater. It was a theatric release.
No, I think I read the description and then no. The lead was a girl who, what was her power?
Are you talking about Big Eye Girl?
Yes. I don't know what her power.
The chess girl. I don't know. Well, there's so many leads, so
I saw that and it was like, oh, join mutants in a high school, and I was like, nope, no thank you. And then I didn't look at reviews, I just Googled it, and it was just like, everyone hates this, and I was like, I'm not gonna give this one the benefit of the doubt. It's like it was a steady downhill, and then they came out with this, and then it was worse, and I was like, I'm gonna skip this one. And so it was either that or Legion, and I skipped that one and watched Legion, and I made a great decision.
Yeah, you did. What did he say?
Because I got a newfound attraction to Aubrey Plaza in that show. She's hot as balls in that.
Top Gun would have been mid in the 90s, but today it's amazing. Do you think so?
Yeah,
I think the nostalgia does play a large part.
Yes. Nostalgia definitely does. Had this come out, the writing wouldn't have been what it currently is. And I'm not saying this should have come out immediately. Obviously they didn't have the money or the funding, or else they would have continued it. This is TV in North America. If it makes money, they'll make 37 billion seasons.
Yeah.
That's what North America does. So it didn't have the money and the funding. It started getting hype now. So they rode the wave. They saw a they saw a fad, quote, or call it what it is, and but they did the right thing, and the only reason I heard about this at all was because they got the original creators, and as many of the original people who were involved with the original show involved. And so the only reason I knew it existed was because I was watching another thing about another thing about another thing, and they had other people, or they had those people talking about the show in passing. And did they do their due diligence in letting me know what the show was going to be? No, but I knew it existed.
It's like, hey, that's a thing that's out.
Yeah, that's the thing that's out.
Yeah.
That'll be cool for other people. I don't care. But they saw a trend that was about to happen, saw popularity growing, and then they made a thing. But unlike most things that Disney does, or any corporation, Disney's not the worst. They're just $1 billion, eat the rich, whatever.
They're just the one that we notice at the moment.
Burn it all down.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not true. They're taking the new spotlight because Shogun's really good and this is really good. Okay. So it goes in waves. Everyone is garbage. Eat the rich. Billionaires shouldn't exist. Rant over. They're just the worst one normally. But what they did is they got the original creators, they got people who cared about it, and they got people with passion for the project, and they had hired good writers, and they didn't just throw out some piece of shit thing that people would eat up, watch, they'd get their money, and then nobody would talk about it. They got something that people loved and loved to work on, and then they worked on the new thing.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing, is getting people to give a shit.
And maybe don't abuse them while they're working on the project.
Pay the money that they're worth. Get people who care about the project, and then you'll get a good product.
Yeah.
Weird.
That doesn't sound right.
That's not what capitalism promotes.
Oh, well.
Lowest common denominator. I hate the entertainment industry so much.
Yeah, there was just so weird in it.
Ugh.
I wonder if Dragon Ball could ever actually have a good live action remake, or if it's just too different.
I think with
why risk it?
I agree. No, I agree. I think Netflix has been trying to maybe do that, and every like special effects production house is just like, you want to pay us how much? Fuck you. We need twice that to pull off Dragon Ball. And so they're like, all right, we'll do One Piece.
They're so stylized too, like the hair alone.
The hair alone to not make iconic, it look cringy.
Like either
I've seen a bunch of like,
either you have Goku's hair or it's not Goku, and like that might be a small nitpick, but that's one.
That's a make or break thing. Yeah. And I guarantee you, there's graphic artists right now who have been paid for the last 10 years. Just like they're on retainer, and all it is just like, show me Goku hair put on somebody every month until I don't make my cousin from North Carolina laugh or cringe or vomit. Like, we need to get this in the general market. How do we get this?
Yeah, that's the thing too. It has to be in the general market. People have to look at that. I'm surprised they pulled Logan's hair off, and then eventually they just stopped doing his like.
Sure. I mean, if you watch the first movie, it's a little weird, but also too, they were still. I mean, they were still like, well, his excuse was he's Canadian, or he was a lumberjack in Canada, which means he was in Canada, which means our fashion is about 10 years behind everyone else.
Okay.
So it's like, well, there's still a little 80s flair in there, so you can have a flock of seagulls. That's okay.
I like how him and Beast have the same like protruding spine.
100%. Yeah.
I was like, why?
Mm-hmm. And every Christian mother in the 90s was like, he's got devil horns. They're trying to make you worship Satan. You can't watch this movie. And then the what was it? The Marlboro Baptist Church. I know it's not called that. That's a cigarette company, but it makes the joke funnier. It makes it funnier. Then they picket the theaters. I know it's Westboro, but I'm now just going to call them the Marlboro Baptist Church because they're bigots and horrible people.
They're misunderstood.
They are cancer. And
yeah,
that's apt.
Well. That's misunderstood as well. What does it say? Hart said they could put in the Sonic method. Really bad CGI at first, so the next doesn't seem so bad.
No, everyone yelled at them and they fixed it.
And they fixed it. That's
also
that's what he's saying. If they fix it, will they appreciate it after? Like they could purposely make it bad.
I know a lot of people who work on that, and everyone is a horrible human being. Don't watch that show, but I know for a fact, firsthand, they did not do that intentionally. That was not a marketing ploy.
For Sonic?
Yeah. That was not a marketing ploy. No, the CG, that's what Roadhouse did.
It was supposed to be Ronda Rousey, he said. Back in 2022 when they pitched this.
Yeah, but then she was problematic apparently or something. I don't care.
Hey,
who cares? They got people who punch people for a living to try and be a public figure, and it went wrong. Weird. They have people who have literally been paid millions of dollars to get brain damage, and then they were like, oh, they said some weird shit on the internet? Weird. Which is why I don't know why everyone's mad about the Star Wars girl. I don't even remember her name. She's a good actor, surprisingly, because most of her predecessors are not. But
hey, she was a victim too.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, she's stupid. But that's because she's paid to have brain damage.
Yeah. Again, all you had to do is be quiet and get your checks.
That's what I mean. Like, just don't let them have internet. You're paid $1 million. You don't care what the internet is. You have a mansion and you can buy a helicopter and you can literally play
your own internet with your millions and say whatever you want on it.
You can literally play GTA like in real life. You can just be like, fuck it, I'll buy a helicopter and throw it into the ocean. You can do that. You don't need the internet. Say that in front of her?
He probably would. Because it's a nice payday. It's a good payday for Justin if he does.
I mean, sure, if you put a camera in front of me.
Like,
she said a stupid thing. Yeah, it was a disconnected thing. I'm going to double down on this, Hartstead, because it's not like a weird concept. She said a stupid, bigoted thing that was disconnected from reality because she gets paid millions of dollars to get punched in the head. Obviously, she doesn't have the same grasp of reality that most other people do. That's not weird.
She thought she was an A-lister. That's what.
Yeah, it was an inflated ego, and the inflation was the tumors that were growing because she had brain damage. Not tumors. I don't know. Liquid being.
She made a tweet about droids and their their choice pronouns.
No. She said that droids.
She didn't even really say anything. She was just beep beep boops like she did. Like,
oh no! That was funny. That's not what she got in trouble for.
That's what she got. That's one of the things she got in trouble for.
Sure, it was on top of
a bunch of other stuff. I don't know.
The other thing she said, it was a pandemic thing.
Oh, okay.
And it was
she said a lot actually. So
no. The main thing, there was one main, and then she just doubled down and kept saying stupid shit, and they were just like, all right, we can't.
Imagine
she said
like,
one
Ezra
really bad one.
Ezra got his payday still.
How? That's because he went to rehab.
I'm honestly impressed by his.
So am I. Like the fact that he managed to get back still. Like, but that's because he went to rehab and he went to like violence counseling or whatever. So he was making the efforts, and I know for a fact that was court ordered for A. So
of course. He didn't choose to do that.
No, that was his PR thing.
Yeah.
What was? No. The Gina Carano thing is what we're talking about. Ronda Rousey didn't. She said a couple like dumb things. She didn't say, anything super, super bad. Gina Carano said the horrible thing. She essentially likened wearing a mask to being in Auschwitz and the plight of, like, it was
extreme.
It was that. It was like, oh, I have to wear a mask, and then she doubled down on it a lot. Like that's why Disney was just like, all right, this bitch. Like, nope. And then she made a couple, but if she hadn't said that, and then the other stuff that she had said would have just been funny.
Yeah, it's funny how that like changes the dynamic.
If like you say stuff like that, then when you make a couple off-color jokes, and it's just like, all right, it's a little, that's still funny. Like, they were good jokes a couple times, but when it's just like, okay, well,
we know where your allegiance lies.
Ezra has talked the world, and also he held a family hostage in a hotel in Cabo or some.
They were comfortable.
Okay, yeah, they were in Cabo. The sun's great, and the cushions are nice. But still, that motherfucker had a knife to their throat or something, or a machete, I think it was, actually.
He's a very like frail. I wonder like how he did that, because he does it
with a machete. You get a guy who's $150 at you with a machete, you listen. And you're in your pajamas because you're in Cabo and you've had like 17 Mai Tais and you're like, I can barely walk. And now I have the Flash standing near me with a machete. Nah, you know what? Maybe I'll listen.
Mel Gibson made his comeback. If he can do it, anyone can. If he can do it, anyone can.
And there you go.
He canceled himself. All you have to do is just say, no, I'm not being canceled. That problem solved.
Mm-hmm.
He's working his way back up.
That's, what? Good for him.
You wait and see. I'm rooting for him.
Okay. Here's a good example. Mel Gibson. You know what he did? He fuck up for 10 years, and now he's allowed to work.
Yeah.
That's what all of these horrible people, because most of them are horrible people, and that's because they get paid millions upon millions of dollars for no real reason other than ego. So their ego allows them to demand millions and millions of dollars. And they have a bunch of people behind them saying, no, they should get paid millions of dollars. And by someone, I mean like their PR firm and all that. Kevin Spacey, exactly. You know why? Because he also stopped talking. Yeah, so just wait 10 years. The internet forgets about you. Some other big piece of shit will come up and do something worse than you. And then you're allowed to work again and make millions and millions of dollars. And because you've been making millions and millions of dollars for decades, you can just be like, oh, I guess I'll sell one of my 10 houses in Malibu and I'll be fine.
What did I do? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, come on. I've been on a soapbox ranting. Ryan's just like, you know what, D, fuck you.
Yeah. Or just do this Chappelle method where it's like, you're canceled. No, I don't think I am. Like
Chappelle did it.
He didn't do anything.
He didn't, but also he went about it like he's a boomer, and he just said uneducated things occasionally and then made jokes about it, which is fine, because making jokes about things is how you get through bad things, is you have fun and you laugh.
What did he say? What did Ryan do? He's always a bitch. I'm just polite to him because I just have to be nice because it's your show. But he's the biggest piece of shit I've ever met, and he's an asshole. And then he makes up for it. But like, hey, do you want this? I'm at Walmart. Do you want this? On Monday, I'm going to be a huge piece of shit again. But right now, I'm going to be nice to you. So, am I wrong? I have yet to see him say anything nice. His niceness is, hey, do you want this? And then I'm going to go back to being a huge piece of shit. So, no language. Elvin's just sitting there watching. No, the gloves are off eventually.
Yeah, Elvin, you're lucky I got the censor button here. I actually fully rebuilt a second page
Just for
on
you.
my stream deck of because the first page is all like camera settings for the streams, but the second page is now just all
It's
soundboard
just
stuff.
like it's just listed as Justin, and it's just like censor buttons.
Yeah, now I got sensor buttons, and I got some others that I haven't used yet. But if a joke comes up, they're gonna hit hard
on
Yeah.
Wednesday. I think they need to do like a Justice League of like Kevin Spacey, Mel Gibson, Cheetah, just a bunch of just like what's that movie? The where they're all
Expendables?
yeah, but just them.
No, or do you get a fighting game? You make a fighting game where it's just like you get Mel Gibson, you get Harvey Weinstein, you get Ezra Miller.
He's like the secret character because he was just way off. He was way out
Who,
of
Weinstein?
his mind. No, as well.
Oh yeah, Ezra, you get him as a companion who just like flies in. You hit a secret combo and he flies in off the corner and just like ravages somebody with a machete and then just leaves and steals a family or something.
OP.
Yeah,
goes back to Hawaii just to cause chaos.
Hawaii, God, how that man still, or that person or whatever.
I love that guy.
It's just great. Bill Cosby, yo, no, he just comes in and smashes a glass and they pass out.
We're skirting on the line here. Second chance views.
Oh,
write that down. That's a new shirt for you, Justin. Just a character select screen.
That's
actually I'm gonna make that down right now.
Yeah. We will sell that.
Yeah.
Completely unrelated to any ANR branding. Just put that on Spreadshirt. Put that on Twitter and watch the dollars come in.
Change their races around, and that'll be fine. Their likeness is just being obliterated. Problem solved.
Get all the I don't.
I'm stopping you there. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's the fact you hesitated means I should stop you, so I'm gonna stop.
No, yeah. This conversation is funny, but not a thing you want on the internet forever.
Hey,
there's a lot of anyway.
It's
a lot of good jokes in there. Yeah.
Clearly, I do not.
Yo, Clay Fighters.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Speaking of games nobody played, no, actually no. Clay Fighters.
Fighter 64 is a decent one. It was absolutely garbage. It's just
that was regularly rented out when I went to Blockbuster.
Same, but no one liked it.
No, like I wanted to play it, but I couldn't. So then I would just get Win Back, which I'm super excited. And so Nintendo on their like throwback whatever apps on the Switch where it's like, oh, you can play old N64 games, old NES games, old SNES games. They put Win Back on it, and I was like, nobody gave a shit about this game. This is just for me. It was a third-person cover shooter.
Yeah,
with garbage controls.
I forgot it existed until you just said this.
Yeah, it was not like, it was infuriatingly hard because the controls were ass. And now that I know video games, now when I play it, I'm like, okay, I now know how to map muscle memory and to figure out controls.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, I've never rage quit a game so many times, but I constantly kept renting it. Blockbuster got like $100 from me. I don't know what game rentals were back then.
Kids are weird. They will re-rent the same game over and over and make it to like.
Because it was cool. You got it done. You had a laser pointer. Like that was the coolest shit I ever seen.
Oh,
there's motherfuckers with like rocket launchers, and you got a shotgun with a laser pointer. It's the coolest thing ever. Never made it past level 1 ever.
Okay, it's clearly left an impression on you though. So
yeah, and then they were like, "Yo,
that was
Blockbuster said
that was the game I was thinking about. Aero the Acrobat. I only made it to level 2.
Oh, Yep.
and cool spot. I made it to like there was a train level. I always died there.
It's always the train level.
There's
Like
one
that Shadows of the Empire was a Star Wars game, and like the where you play as Dash Rendar.
Dash Rendar when you got the jetpack.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That game I played on PC because the PC's the best. When we playing Helldivers, do you want to play now? Well, you're not at home.
He brought his Steam Deck with him.
Steam
I'm
Deck.
Sure.
You want to play Helldivers on the Steam? Well, no. I told Elvin that he's not allowed to play Helldivers on the Steam Deck at first. I was like, you need to experience this with like good sound and a big screen because it's so cinematic. But like after you get the game and you understand and you've played it a bunch, then you can play it on the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could play some Helldivers right now. We're just rambling and probably just going to get ourselves in trouble on the internet. So
we're done now before we get in trouble.
How long do you guys normally go for?
Yes, I was going to call it at 11.
All right.
I was like, this is going to be a short show.
No,
I purposely left out figures so I wouldn't talk a lot.
No,
and then X-Men just blasted us into oblivion with this.
No. D, you should know this by now. If you get me to talk shit about something on the internet, we'll go for a while.
Oh, he already tried it.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's calling in stratagems on a Steam Deck. No, that sounds like a bad idea.
I remember that too, Heart. Comic Zone. All right, I'm gonna let you go.
All right.
The Helldivers. I'm trying to think if there's anything else you need to ramble about.
I don't know.
Probably not. We'll save it for Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll save it
for anyone
Wednesday.
curious, on Wednesdays, Elvin, Justin, and Chris do Popcorn Chicken. They do pop culture, TV shows, movies, all the lowdown in Hollywood. But she's outed half of them right now. If you're into movies and all that, TV shows, go check them out on Wednesdays. I know your time just changed to 7. Is it 7 now?
I'm gonna.
Are you sticking with that?
I'm going with Elvin on this one because I don't remember.
That's fine. They've changed their time to 7. We're gonna leave it at that. If the time reverts back, there'll be a post about that as well.
But also, starting in April, we're gonna give it a little. So a week from now, it's gonna be April. I think we're moving. Yes, Elvin, that's what I'm talking about.
he's delayed.
You didn't answer the question I asked you. You answered the one I was talking about.
He's delayed by like 5 seconds.
I know. April, we're moving to Thursdays.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna move to Thursdays at whatever time that we normally do or are going to do this week. It's going to be that time, but we're moving to Thursdays because reasons.
We'll check you guys out on 6:30 p.m. on Thursday.
6:30.
Is that better or worse for you?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
You look scared for a moment, but remember, check them out. Check them out, and then check Justin's streaming out as well. If you like Helldivers, go watch them play that randomly. They appear online, so jump in.
Yeah, and D, you'll probably show up if we figure out. Wait, if the cross-platform gets fixed, it is.
Yeah.
All right, D will definitely be there. I'm calling him out, so now he can't say no. He's gonna play video games with us on stream.
All right.
Done.
Okay. On that note, everyone, I hope you have a good night.
Yeah, Justin, hit the like button, hit all the YouTube buttons, subscribe, comment, tell me what your least favorite a Hollywood executive story is.
And what did they do to you? Go check out their Instagram, ANR Universe.
I thought you were going to say, I thought you were talking about them. Go check out their Instagram, dox them. No, don't dox them. That's bad.
Do not do that.
No.
I'm not even joking about that one because that's always like fans. Yeah. People are weird. They will go do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Doxing is not okay. Just don't watch their shows and don't give them money. That's how they learn.
And I'm gonna go watch all those canceled people we just listed right now because they still have the best shows in town. So I will talk.
If there's a horrible piece of shit that made a great show or was involved with it, pirate it.
I'm not even saying that. Justin said that.
That's me.
Justin said that.
Watch it at a friend's house.
Okay. All right, Justin, wherever you are in the world, have yourself a good afternoon.
I won't be on the show for a while.
Okay, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.